What? I just jest? What? Yes is the answer. Whoa, camera, what happened, buddy? Did someone move you? The answer is yes. I moved it during the day at some point. Hi, how's it going? Hope everyone's doing well. French rap about tacos. I don't know what tacos is. I'm assuming it's a food, but I don't trust myself. Sorry, here we are. I'm questioning the... I always feel like orb is never on screen as much as it should be. I probably just need it like... I'm always like, maybe it's the blanket that's like obscuring it, but it's not even the blanket. Like, the blanket's pretty bundled up. Like, I had an ad for tacos that featured a rap in French. Nice. Honestly, that sounds pretty awesome. I'd like to see a French raps. Just because, I mean, obviously, like, I've only heard Australian and, well, English raps, just in general. Blanky doodle. Yeah! It's like a bird wings. So it's like, I was wearing it today, it was nice. It's like little wings. It's, guys, you gotta understand, it's about fitting with the theme of the stream, and the stream is bluebirds. I like my ads not knowing whether or not they want to be English or French because of where I am. Canada? That's the only logical location I can think of. Unless you're like in the middle of like that stretch of water in between England and France. I can't remember what it's called. You live in the middle of the ocean. Yahoo. Damn it. I should have known you lived in Yahoo or Canada. Can you imagine? Just living in the middle of the ocean, you know, just this weird like bubble, like high technology sort of thing, and you're like, fucking every day I get like ads, but they're either based on English or French. You're like, fucking choose a side. Why does it keep changing? It depends on whether it's high tide or low tide. I love my extreme temperature and awesome food. Good. It's good to hear. I'm glad you're happy. I've heard the food's good there. Compared to like England. And like, let's face it, I probably wouldn't be able to eat anything in France anyway, so like... well, I say that, I love croissants. As long as I ate primarily bread and like chocolate croissants and regular croissants, I'd be fine. Do you see or Fahrenheit? Celsius. I use cunt. No. I mean, Celsius. Yes. I'm just gonna like close my window a wee bit. Give me a second. No, we're doing fine. I'm just hurting my body. Like normal. How do I we blocked it. My temperature is anything between I'm gonna allow that. It's funny. My temperatures are anything between -50 cunt and +50 cunt, and it's wonderful. I love the idea that you were writing that message and then you were like, hang on, backspace, backspace, backspace. You gotta fit in cunt in there. Always gotta fit in the cunt. Oh my god. Gotta go with the bit. It's very important. Okay. What are we when we don't have the bit, guys? Like, what are we as individuals if we don't have a bit? There's always gotta be something. Whether it's just a little bit of cake, or a little bit of an apple, or the biggest megabyte you've ever seen. I don't know where I was going with that, okay? I just talk out of my ass half the time. Which is ridiculous because I talk out of my mouth. Thank you, okay? This mouth is doing a lot of good work, okay? Talking. Like it's about to do. I am so glad that I'm up to the part of the case that goes back to present day time because holy crap, my throat hurt like a bitch yesterday. I was like, I can't do this. Oh, I forgot to fill up my drink bottles. I still got other drink bottles, guys. I feel like I'm gonna take a preemptive sip. Working overtime. You are, or me on my doing all my voices? Bottled beverage. It's called water, probably. I feel like I should quickly go like. I'm gonna quickly just fill up like an extra drink bottle. Neither. It was a ruse. Ha ha! I knew it. Ha ha ha. Coming at you like a fast car. Coming at you like a NASCAR. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm gonna fill up this drink bottle. I'll be back, guys. Okay, I need as much water as possible in order to get through these hours at the moment. So we're gonna keep going, all right? Hold on to your hats. Admire orb. Alright, I'm back. Hi. Hee hee. Hoo hoo. It's Batman. You'll never find me in my ruse. You'll never find me in Belarus. I see where you are. I figured out your plan. Okay. I gotta shimmy it. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, my hip's been hurting a heap the last couple of days. It's not terrible, but it's like definitely one of those things where I'm like, should I be sitting in my chair at all? Like how should I be sitting in my chair? I can't figure it out. Anyways, let's play this game. I need to get into it. I'm really hoping we'll get very, very close to the end of the case today. We probably won't. which I'm gonna be devastated by, but I'm really hoping might just make it. So, prepare for me to just talk a shit ton, okay? Because that's what we're doing here. Haven't gotten to this case yet, so I'm just vibing. Nice. Good on ya. Eddie Fender can be my husband. I want him to be my husband too. He's literally Dan Avidan. Like, there's no downsides to that. You know what I mean? He's just a fun guy. He would be a great dad. You know what I mean? Daniel Avidaniel. Yes, that's it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine having that name? That'd be crazy. But I definitely love the idea of, like, you know, like your parents, sometimes your parents are like, shit, that would be like a fire name. You know what I mean? Bless Eddie Fender. Yas, let's go. Bless him and all of his prettiness. He's so pretty. I literally can't get over how pretty he is. I'm like, I love Miles Edgeworth, but in my heart, I'm like, I know he belongs with Phoenix. You know what I mean? But Eddie, I'm like, yas. Like, he literally does, like, yeah, you did it, mate. I'm like, oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did it. My encyclopedic knowledge of this franchise makes me think about things I doubt healthy people think of, like Moe and the Clown. Moe the Clown? Hang on, what? Have I forgotten who that is? Who is that? Do I want to Google that? I'm Googling it. I also need to bring up the thing. Moe the Clown AA. Oh my god, yeah, I had forgotten him completely. Holy shit. He like laughs and he's like, hey. What do you mean? That's what I did. I think that was the voice I gave him, actually. Oh my god, how do I remember that? Holy fuck. Because there was a character where I was like, I kept doing that. I was like, everything's a laugh. I think that was him. It might have been someone else. That was not, I wasn't expecting that memory to come like rushing back to me. Holy fuck. Okay. All right, the Ace Attorney. Okay, we are up to this part 1, end 1. This part looks like it's relatively short, so we'll see. I'll never forget him because his name is a Three Stooges reference. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was Moe, like love, you know. The love stuff in Japanese. That's terrible. Is there really nothing we could do to help him? I can't remember. What is this about? Hold up. Long story short, oh yeah, that's right. The killer was never found and Samson was found guilty instead. That's right, because Von Karma's an asshole. Got it. Without the real perp, I'm afraid. Until then, his confession stands. Speaking of which, I didn't find out after the verdict had been handed down, but Von Karma had threatened Samson and made him a deal. Told him if he didn't confess, he'd make sure Judy was convicted instead. That's probably because he knew that Judy was actually the criminal. He's Moe the Clown, real name Lawrence Curls, or Larry, Moe, and Curly. Ah, I love that. That's really clever. That's cute. Von Karma can be my dad. Are you sure that's a good thing? Wait, are you saying that you want them dead? Or that they are dead? Just... yes, I'm sure. Hold up. Are you okay? Do we need to, like, unpack this for a second? I want to be Franny's brother. Oh, okay. That's fine. If that's the objective, I love that for you. Rock it. I thought this was, like, a whole different discussion for a second. Oh my god. Okay. I want to support her unconditionally. Oh, that's really cute. Honestly, full respect. I definitely wish Franziska and Miles were like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the idea, like, it's shame that it's not canon, but I definitely love the idea of like out of like canon, like in fan stories, like they call up each other to like talk about each other's crushes. They're like, oh my god, wasn't Phoenix just absolutely lovely in court today? And then it's like, what do you mean? Maya was looking way more stunning. I put $10 down. I put $10 million down, because he has that much money, that I'll propose to Phoenix before you can propose to Maya. Like, I'm there for it. Oh, hi, Aylin and Alda. Listen, Von Karma can be a hottie, but Franny needs me more. Von Karma's an asshole. But Franny, I get him. But yeah, I'm definitely a big fan for Miles and Franziska secretly being way better friends than anyone else like sees here. Like whenever they're out in public, it's like just like public faces on, right? And then as soon as they're like personal, they're like, I lost a case today. It's like, it's okay, buddy. I mean, one of my favorite, what's going on? Cheese! 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 I mean, one of my favorite details that gets overlooked a lot is Turnabout Big Top. We get a scene where we get Nani. Sorry, that's my phone. Where we get a confirmation that Franny hates Nick so much because as far as she knows, Nick is the reason Miles vanished. Wait, do we? I forgot about that. When is that said? I translated the pattern correctly, but whoever made it is fucked up the proportions so bad. What? Is this for the turtle or is this like a different one? I hope this is not the turtle. I would be devastated that I chose like the quote unquote the worst turtle one you could do. Hold up. What am I rolling for, Alda? The turtle is gonna be fucking easy. Oh, okay, this is the family friend's orangutan. Okay, I don't think you ever mentioned that it was orangutan pattern. I can't remember. Hold up, guys. It said in a scene outside the circus in the living quarter when she reveals she chipped Gumshoe, it heavily implied that she believes Miles to be dead due to his radio silence, and she blames Nick since Miles was her brother and she lost her last family member. Holy shit, man. Is there, correct me if I'm wrong, why did he leave again? Did he just leave because he was like, I need to sort out my own shit? Was that the whole story? I'm trying to remember what the actual story was. He's like, sorry, I've got like too much trauma, too much shit going on, too much baggage. And then obviously he comes back for the final mission anyway because he's like, oh, good boy. Will or int? What is your roll to see your will to live? Okay, all right, let's hope it's high. It was a 14. That's pretty good. Plenty of will to live. He left because Nick completely turned his perspective upside down and he couldn't trust his own judgment. Oh, right, yeah. I mean, after Von Karma leaving, that's understandable. Like, he almost had to, like, rediscover himself, rebuild his, like, himself from the, like, the beginning, like, you have to do a lot of like emotional reconstructing. He probably went overseas and just had like a 24/7 therapist. And even the therapist is like, so what's your relationship with Nick? And they're like, oh, he's just a friend from high school. And it's like, oh, a friend from high school. Do you want to elaborate on that? No, apparently he became an attorney. He became a defense attorney because of me, apparently. And it's like, oh. And, have you ever felt any feelings for him at all? No, he's my friend. What are you insinuating? No, I was just for my notes. And even the therapist is like, I'm gonna write a great fan fiction later. Not just Von Karma leaving, but Von Karma doing everything he did to manipulate Miles. Oh yeah. Fuck him. More the will to say no to people. Oh, well, yeah, okay. Well, then 14's very fitting. I can't say no to other people. Why? Are you going to ask me a question? As someone who just signed over their eternal love and devotion to one of my mods today, like, I really can't say no to people. That's okay. I think it's one of my charms, maybe. If I'm lucky. No. Oh, okay. Because let's be real, if you found out your adoptive dad was the one who orphaned you and then adopted you with the intention of ruining your family legacy, I think you'd need some help too. It's just really sad that he wasn't even like reaching out to like Franziska. I know like Franziska was the biological like daughter of him, but honestly, like, fuck him. Like, they were close. They should have been messaging each other. God, I feel like I need to go back and play the second game. For some weird reason, I don't remember much from the second game, like, at all. So, the fact I forgot about the... Yeah, just... There's a lot. Anyway, how could he? Absa knew there was no way Judy could have done it, of course. Not true. But he wasn't gonna take any chances, so he did what he was told and confessed to keep her quiet. That's sad. Thought she held a grudge against him. No, that's fair. Alright, now, riddle me this, mousy boy. Why do you think your Uncle Eddie just happened to be in the prison the day Bronco Knight died? Oh? I hadn't thought about this, what? Oh, that's right! You were there to see Mr. Tangaroa? Bingo. Judy and I both promised we'd visit him every day. I didn't quite keep that promise. Hold up! Wait, I thought they said Samson was dead, or is he just incarcerated? So wait, he was actually there to visit Mr. Tangaroa? What? What? So he was there to see Samson with Judy. But then Bronco ended up dying? How do we know Judy's not involved in this in some capacity? I don't trust this shit. I put a lot of thought into Justice for all. It's my favorite game. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it now. Oh, because it's been so I can't remember if I've said this before, but I played the first 2 games like 4 years ago now. I think I played the first 2 games back in like 2021 and then didn't play any more of it for like 3 years. There's a lot of new games, guys, you gotta understand. And then I played the 3rd one last March and really enjoyed it, and then obviously I found out Miles Edgeworth. Well, I bought Apollo Justice to play. Well, I was going to buy it to play. But then this game got announced and I was like, fuck yeah, I love my boy Miles Edgeworth. So here we are. I marathoned the whole series annually. You are doing God's work. I appreciate it. Good. I feel like I need to definitely go through the first 2 games and just try and get all the achievements. That's my goal. Because there's a few little things where they're like, did you see this person here? And I'm like, no. Anyway. But Judy did. She never missed one visit in all these years. Come rain or shine, she always showed up. But none of that changes the fact that Samson is still being unduly punished day after day. Okay, so... How heartbreaking! We gotta do something, Mr. Fender. What can I say? Well, kiddo, that's actually why we came here. The ice sculptures are back on display, just like they were all those years ago. And we're going to see what we can find out, right, Miles Reno? I'm a prosecutor, Fender. I don't look at things in the same way as you or my father. Miles. But that doesn't matter right now, speaking not as a prosecutor, but as Miles Edgeworth. I want to know the truth behind both these cases, and I'm not leaving until I do. Haha, really old Gregory's son through and through. I love the idea that every single time he says that, Miles inside is just like getting a well of emotion. And he's like, no, no, keep the emotions suppressed, stay down. Alrighty then, now that that's sorted, we can really get to work. Good thing I brought the AEST case file and evidence with me today, huh? Really? You just put it all in my back pocket? Alright. Hey Grey Wolf! How you doing, buddy? How have you been? Good morning. I have 3 copies of every collection. 1 of each on Steam, 1 of each digitally on Switch, and 1 of each physically for Switch. Wow. That's a lot of dedication. Good on you. Greetings, nerd. Greetings, later nerd. You messaged me. I say, oi, nerd. Information stat. You messaged me 24 hours later. Come on, buddy. You need to nerd faster next time. And I did this for more... Just, I can't believe it. I bet Eddie has weed in that breast pocket. That's why I gave him that voice. Want to know the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Like society. Tired at the moment, but I'm going to bed in a bit. That's good. Have you just finished a shift or? Madness. Madness! Alright, documents first. Who doesn't love paperwork, am I right? This guy gets it. The parts in red ink are my annotations. I love you so much. Thank you, Fender. Here's some evidence for ya. Enjoy. It's quite a few, so I'll take a minute to scope them out if I were you. Small amount of evidence. Okay. Not looking forward to my shift on Thursday. That's fair, man. It's weird, like, when work is chill, it's like, yeah, this is fine. When work is unexpectedly difficult, it's like, please, let this end. I replied sooner than that, just after if you'd figured your shit out 24 hours later. At least use correct info hand. What? I actually don't remember. I'm looking at this now. Today, I sent the message. Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles, 6 o'clock, 6:46. You got back to me. Did you end up solving this properly? At 3:48, okay? You were off by like almost an exact hour. Are you kidding me? Wait, is that right? Can I math correctly? No. No, I can't. 3 hours. Okay, fine. 9 like fucking 21 hours later. Simply do not enjoy starting my shift at midnight. Nah, that's fucked. Well, just stopping by. I wanted to see how you've been doing. I've been doing alright. I've had a lot of work. Luckily this week I have a short week, and then next week it's back to more. So my pockets are looking good, but I'm tired. It's been nice having a good couple of days to kind of just do whatever. So I appreciate that. And tomorrow I'm doing a Skyrim bingo. I'm very excited. Gonna be good. Wilds. Oh my god. Yes, I bought Monster Hunter Wilds. Oh, I haven't played it yet because obviously it doesn't come out for a month, but need it. Hey Con, how's those things going? Scrim bingo. Yeah. How are all those side quests going? I could see the appeal if I could listen to music or doing a crossword or something. That's fair. My job kind of requires me to be attentive at all points, and it's kind of frustrating. Like, I can't even, like, really go on my phone for a couple, like, my phone really a lot, because it's kind of like, there's always a new customer. More coffee. Side quests. The optional quests in Monster Hunter World to get the gold name. Because obviously that's the goal before what's his name has come out. Cool, yeah, I'm a bit expecting more shifts from my second job. Big shift this Thursday for my first job. Excited to make the big bucks. Nice. Well, I'm going to bed. Have a wonderful stream and good night. See ya, Wolf. Take care. Have, yeah, good luck at your work. Gonna do awesome. Have a good night's sleep. My job involves sitting at a computer and helping guests as they show up, occasionally making announcements. Announcement. Remember that the 45th anniversary of the Duck Brigade begins at 10:40 p.m. Don't forget that it starts at 10:40 p.m. Whatever I just said. That's your announcement. The Duck Brigade. We love ducks. Dude, we did that last week. It's over. It's done. Finito. What do you mean? Are you saying you've got all of your optionals completed? You've done everything you possibly have? Are you saying that next time I log into Monster Hunter, you're gonna have a beautiful golden name? May I get Jim Scrimblow to guest services, please? Jim Scrimblow to guest services, please? God damn it, Jim. Yes, I see. I'll take a look at them in a bit. Now, you know, our current case is just full of loose threads too, come to think of it. Indeed. The key players of that incident 18 years ago, who just happened to get caught up in another incident. The ice sculptures in the Winter Wing that are perfect replicas of the ones from 18 years ago. The fact they melted in almost the exact same fashion. The poison gas attack in the Autumn Wing, which has been disguised to look like the Winter Wing. The two chemicals that were found inside the Pisces statue's display case, ubiquium and affixium. That forms a poisonous gas when mixed together. The victim of the gas attack, Camilla Augusto, who is no stranger to the events of 18 years ago, and who is still unconscious and undergoing treatment in the medical room. Is he even alive? Who's this? And finally we come to the body floating face down in the fountain, which looks like it could be Ari. And the fact that ice sculptures have melted, just as they did all those years ago. The events of the present day would appear to be intimately linked with the events of the past, which by the way is a really cool thing that they've done for this. Which means they may be able to help us learn more about what happened 18 years ago. Sounds good to me. Let's get investigating. Ugh. Can you fuck off, mate? I hate this guy so much. Can I just say? Like, I just really wish he wasn't here. Okay, so the cookbook. A frame mark, fingertips with no prints. The picture of the salt lamp. Right. And with the blood on it. And then the family photo of Gusto and the Fuentes. They're so cute. Oh, no you don't. Aren't you forgetting somebody? I could have sworn this is my investigation. Eustace is quite right. I do hope you aren't intending to obstruct him in his duties, Mr. Edgeworth. I would hate to have to add a guilty to my report to the committee. What am I guilty of now? I love how blasé he sounds about it. Why am I always getting in trouble? Seriously. Of course not. I'm simply offering once again to do what I can to help with this investigation. Your offer is duly noted, and duly declined. Oof, she isn't pulling any punches. The identity of the body from the Countess is currently being ascertained. It is only a matter of time until we have all the information we need. Perhaps I can help you speed that process along. I think I have an idea of who our mystery victim might be. What? Really? Then you have to tell me. It's the law. Very well. It isn't just the ice sculptures that have resurfaced after 18 years. It's the body. Weirdly preserved, which means he was never dead. Probably. The body in the fountain may also be a visitor from the past. It's gotta be Artie, right? He's the only person with that hairstyle. I would argue. And clothing.
Take that!
I believe the body in the fountain is that of the man who was murdered here 18 years ago. Mr. Artie Frost. What? You're saying that was poor Chillywinks? Oh, wait, who the heck is Chillywinks? Or Artie? Whoever it is you're talking about. Artie Frost was a famous sculptor at Eustace, although he was better known as Paul Halleck. The sculptures on display here are all his works. No way. Sounds like he did well for himself. Always good to encounter a fellow winner. Mr. Frost was also the victim in the IS-7 incident. Judge Gavone knows about the IS-7 incident? Mr. Edgeworth, the IS-7 incident, I really wish they would stop saying that name, is an 18-year-old case, and according to police records, the victim's body was recovered and an autopsy duly carried out. Sure, that's what the records say, but the records can't always be trusted. What are you insinuating? Hi, Tam! I need a hug. It's okay, baby. It's alright. Go get that sleep. It's gonna be alright. It's alright. I love you, Tap. You're doing great. It's alright. Remember, do it for the shiny Manaphy, okay? Just keep going for those shinies. Shiny Manaphy. Alright. The true reason is always there. I don't know why that's the relevant case, but shiny Manaphy. Sprinkle positivity. All the positivity. Chat's cute. Hell yeah. Yeah, have a good lurk. It's alright. While the records say stuff like body totally recovered, the defense back then begged to differ. Not that it stopped the prosecution from shutting them down hard, of course. Yeah, don't do crime because we have so many shinies to hunt. Exactly! Okay, do you have an idea how many shinies there still are to, we gotta get? Like, so many! Okay? Don't do crimes, kids. Do shiny hunting. It's worth it. Dude, I was working on it, and I'm like, damn it, it's gonna take me some time. It's always those middle evolutions that, of course, don't have lying around in my back pockets. What? Whose phone's going off? Where's Gumshoe anyway? Yeah, this is Winner. What? Really? What is it, Eustace? Buddy, we've got an ID. Some sculptor named Frost or something. Oh, so I guess Edgeworth called it. Goddess of justice. Is that the right voice? So my father's deductions were right all along. Should never doubt him. Well, Judge Gavin, I'll say this changes things, wouldn't you? Perhaps now you'll admit that I might be of use to this case, more than a certain junior prosecutor anyway. No, fair. You're trying to steal the win. I'm doing no such thing. All I want is to uncover the truth. And if we're going to get to the bottom of what's happened here, you will need to work together. We do not need to do anything, and you do not need to know the truth. This case is none of your concern.
Objection!
Oh there, Judge G. I think you might be wrong about that. Another one of your interruptions, Mr. Fender. Yeah? See, I was on the defense team for IS-7, so this case is very much my concern. I was one of the pesky kids pushing the theory that the body had actually gone missing. The prosecutor at the time may have brushed us off, but you can't deny the testimony of your eyes. Or to put it a little more bluntly, the prosecution's case is rotten from the ground up. When there's been a miscarriage of justice caused by the prosecution, it's the community's job to fix it. No. Who better to help you unpick the mess than someone who was there at the time? Unless you have an ulterior motive. Judge Gravell seems to know the facts of the IS-7 incident in some detail. In which case, I suspect she must be here on the committee's behalf. Your connection to the case is noted, Mr. Fender, but I fail to see how it concerns Mr. Edgeworth.
He's the son of the original defense attorney and the protege of the case's lead prosecutor. If that's not enough for you, he was at the trial too. I think it's just possible he might have a little something to bring to the table, don't you?
Very well. You may both assist in the investigation, but only if you refrain from interfering with the work of others. The Winter Wing is off limits for now. This room, however, is all yours. I have to admit, hand check Discord, doubting me, the nerve. Oh shit. Alright then. Alright. Alright. Alright, you champ of a man. Good on you. Nice. Nice. Now we just need to get Kirsty on our side and we'll be golden. I didn't think you'd caught up that much. I know that you'd gotten to master rank 200, but I didn't know we'd done the case or anything. Did the mission. But I think Kirsty still had quite a few cases to go, didn't she? Unless she was working on it in her spare time as well. Cheers. Didn't you see me on Monster Hunter World a lot last week? I think I was probably working too much to see any of that, so no. I'm trying to think when I even worked last week. When did I work last week? I worked all weekend and Tuesday, right. So I only had Monday and like Wednesday. I had Monday, Wednesday, Thursday off. Yeah, no, I don't remember. Kirsty has gold too. We both got it on that last quest on Sat. Really? Okay. Good. Excellent. Love it. I didn't realize. I don't remember. Huh. I don't remember doing the quest. Where, like, the big boy quest with the special arena and you defeat, like, 4 different monsters. I don't remember doing that on Saturday. Because that's, like, the final quest you do. We run this town. That's right. Okay. I was just gonna say, I love that Gavelle is actually being really nice here, because I really thought that she was just going to be like constantly kind of frustrating, but she's actually being like fairly negotiable, like actually negotiating things with us fairly nicely in this, which means she may not be all bad yet. Waves. Hi. G'day, mate. Hope you're doing well, Estania. The Winter Wing is off limits for now. This room, however, is all yours.
Alrighty, great to hear we're on the same wavelength, G. Why don't we bring it in? Show we're on the side of justice.
I love him. Do not test me, Mr. Fender. Your permission to investigate can be revoked at any time.
Duly noted, Your Honor. This is a turn up for the books, huh, Milesley? We need to do our thing after all.
Thanks to your immeasurable help, as always.
No sweat. Besides, I was mostly doing it for me.
Oh no, I just realized something. Oh. No. Oh. Oh no. I just realized Eddie Fender is mentor coded. And we all know that if someone's coded like a mentor, they're going to die. He's gonna be murdered in either the next case or the case after. He's gonna die. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, like how I was wrong about others, Naruto. We run this town is after You do all optionals, but not MR 200. But isn't there a quest locked by MR 200? There's a quest, isn't it? I could be completely wrong. Would you like me to answer in vague trope terms? No, 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 no. Don't tell me. I don't know what to expect. Again, I kept thinking, oh, here, I mean, maybe he'll end up killing someone and near the end. And then I was like, no, I don't want that to happen. And now I'm realizing that he's more likely to be the one to die. Like, he's lovely. He comes into your life and you're like, oh my god, I'm reconnecting from someone who knew my dad from my past and all of these things, and then ends up dying. Yes, and we did that quest last. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay. I thought it was the other way around. Okay. Got you. Got you, got you, got you. I'm mostly doing it for me. Okay. I'll be investigating my own things, so just holler if you need to find something interesting. I will. Goodbye. Saunters off. He definitely saunters. That's the word. Well, okay, shall we? Heck yeah, let's the investigation commence. We're still unclear on two key factors. How Mr. Frost's body came to be where we found it, and the source of the ubiquium. You're right, we needed more intel. Indeed, let's focus on the ubiquium first and foremost. It's used in stuff like dish soap and paint, right? Correct. It's also bright red in color and has a distinctive minty fragrance. Okay. Can I just say, I'm kind of sad that Kay has taken a little bit of a backseat with this game. Kay is wonderful in the first one. Here she's just like, I don't know, it just feels like she's like more of a passive character. She's still there, but Eddie's definitely taken the forefront. Buddy's been taken to the lab, sir. Autopsy underway. And how's the rest of the fountain looking? Rather beautiful, actually, sir. The water's crystal clear and kind of soothing. Almost as if there wasn't a body floating in it not so long ago. Oh look, a thing that looks suspicious. The pamphlet says the gallery is famous for its tea. Wait, I think that was a different person talking. Oh well. How was your day, chat? How was your day, chat? I hope everyone's having a good day. Been a good time. Plays flag? We can play flag. Give me a second. Alright, switch him around. Next twink bottle. Bah! I love Frog. Frog is so cute. They're so beautiful. Praise Frog! Yay! Blah, 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 blah. Frog. Maybe you've got it backwards. What if it's Kay that dies and then Fender steps in? Bro, don't even suggest that, okay? Kay is my precious girl, okay? That wouldn't happen. Right? They wouldn't do that. That's ridiculous. The cup we were given was delicious. Huh. Looks like all the stuff was designed by Mr. Frost. Interesting. In that case, I think we'd better take a closer look. What about this stuff that looks suspicious? A caddy containing Ceylon tea leaves. It's a well-crafted tin canister, designed to prevent moisture and sunlight from damaging its contents. Not a bad thing to be using the quality of the blend Ms. Bound serves. So this dishware was made by Auntie Frost. It looks very fancy. Oh, it is. I'm willing to bet that this set can fetch something in the thousands of dollars. So let's try not to touch any of it unless we absolutely have to. Oh, stuff's really worth that much? Stop it, Kay. I can see your eyes lighting up. Ms. Bound must really be a fan of Mr. Frost, like Fender said, to still have this. Oh? Why we fade to black? I only inspected 2 things. Hey, Edgy! What is it? Be careful with that teapot, you hear? Why is Larry so concerned all of a sudden?
honored guests. I don't know what voice to give her. I can pour you a cup if you like.
Miss Bound.
Oh, Judy! I'm good, thanks. No tea for me, you two knock yourselves out.
Thank you for the offer. Yes, why not? A quick break won't hurt.
2 cups coming right up.
Oh yes, you're right. Shh.
What? This smells great.
Aw, look, they did a whole animation for them sipping tea.
Wow, tastes even better than it smells. What type of tea is this, Mr. Edgeworth?
In Ceylon, I believe. It's usually fuck my life. It's usually identifiable by its citrus aroma, but Miss Bound, is this the same blend you served this morning?
Why, yes, it is. Is it alright? There isn't anything wrong with it, is there?
Oh no, not at all. It's just that the cup you gave me earlier had a slightly different aroma.
It was minty fresh, maybe. Really? That's odd. I used the same blend both times. I can't see what could have accounted for the difference.
Hey, what's the big idea? Quit being mean about Judy's tea, will you?
What's gotten under your skin, Larry?
Nothing. You're just rude. That's all. You don't even try to call me by my right name. It's Loris to Numb, dang it. You know what? I'm done. I'm not talking to you anymore.
Well, that was childish, even for him. But at least the problem has solved itself by now.
Wow, what happened there?
Let's ask him about it later, shall we? Talking to Miss Bound is more of a priority right now. We may not have any evidence to prove that she's the culprit, but it does seem likely the poison gas was her doing.
Bare minimum.
So I just thought I'd skip through that. Alright, I just want to have a look. Minty fragrance, the tea smells different. Surely these two link together. Maybe. No, okay.
God damn it. That's fine.
Better think again. No, it's okay. Listen, we need more facts than this. Okay. Bound. Are we just talking to Bound? Hi, Eddie.
And Malzarino, what's the situation with the investigation?
Things aren't progressing. I think a fuller picture of what happened is beginning to emerge.
Good to hear. Guess I better step up my game too.
Where were you before you rejoined us here, Miss Bound?
I had to go and tell our visitors were closed. I would hand out a little something in apology. Was there something you want to talk to me about?
Yes, a few things actually. Not least of all, the fact that I think you might be the one who set the poison gas trap.
Okay.
The original ice sculpture melted 18 years ago, correct? How did you manage to recreate them?
Oh, you know what happened back then? In that case, you might also know I took pictures of them during the concert, like the contest. I commissioned the creation of a set of replicas based on those photographs for his current exhibit.
Well, why go through the trouble of recreating replicas?
Mr. Frost's Zodiac series was his great unfinished masterwork. I went to see it completed at last. Or rather, recompleted. It was my fault the original set melted in the first place after all.
I see. And is there any particular reason why the winter and autumn wings look so similar?
Oh, my, you really think they look alike? Perhaps I used some of the decorations from one of the others by accident?
She's clearly lying. But I don't have evidence to prove it just yet.
Alright, who do I need to be talking to?
I'm going to keep this simple, Larry. You're hiding something, so tell me what it is. I love how straight to the point he is. Oh, good with the glare off you two. It's weird. Come on, Kay. You know me better than that. I wasn't staring. I struck a fine idea for a picture. Now, edgy, he was glaring. Yes, and I'll keep glaring at you until you tell us what it is you're hiding. Quit it! I already told you, I'm not talking to you anymore. You're talking to me right now. I mean, from now on, I'm not talking to you ever again. Starting now. This is getting me nowhere. Suppose I'll have to figure out what he's hiding first before I get the whole truth out of him. Oh god. Come on, Larry. What are you hiding? Not saying. Look, you two, this is no time for kids' games.
When you know each other for that long.
Well, I certainly wasn't playing. It's pretty clear Loris isn't going to talk to you. Oh, he'll talk. Don't you worry about that.
Okay, I'm gonna keep looking around the room. Did he paint one of the statues? This guy looks like he's holding a dick out, so maybe it's this.
Statues of a man and a woman in old-timey clothing. Did Paul Halik make these too? Yes, it seems he created them late in his life, once he had begun to make a name for himself. His wife pushed him to sculpt the two of them as ancient gods, and he couldn't say no to his beloved. The title is The Beautiful Goddess Venus and Her Humble Servant.
Massive. Hi, Ultra. How are you doing? How have you been? Hope you're doing well.
Wow, talk about putting your goddess on a literal pedestal. Yes, sir. Thing is, front of the door is a fir tree, right? Yes, they're usually associated with winter, but this door leads to the autumn wing. I suppose it's all part of some elaborate ruse. I could paint it red with that autumnly feel. Evergreen, stay green all year round, Kay, hence the name.
Oh, sure. I knew that.
Doors here marked with a nice autumny looking tree, and yet it leads to the winter wing. I suppose it's all part of the deception. I could steal the leaves if you like, make things a little more wintry. I think you'd be better off leaving them alone, Kay.
Followed by a swift rounds of the rest. Mr. Winner, it was very clear that you're not allowed to. You're only allowed to investigate this room, so I can't let you pass. Okay.
Why is there a lift car just sitting here out in the open? Guess somebody must have moving around something heavy, like a body. The top of the platform seems to be wet. You know, I've got a funny feeling I've seen this thing somewhere before.
You mean like 18 years ago?
Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. I last saw it in Frost's room. Yeah, must have used it to move the ice sculptures around. It's one of those fancy numbers where you can change not only the platform's height, but even its angle. Huh? If you had one of these, you could move giant lumps of ice around, no sweat.
Oh, just think of the possibilities. I could use one of these.
Still doesn't explain what it's doing here, though. Bit of a head scratcher. But we should give it a think, hmm? Indeed. After all, it just might have something to do with our case. Oh, God. So tulips by the door, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, it leads to the spring wing. Spring wing. Popular. Spring, a popular time to move house, which makes it open season for great thieves. Housebreaking is a little beneath a great thief, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's funny how much she's like, I'm gonna be a thief, but she's equally as like, oh, but I'm a great and noble thief. I still the truth.
Put sunfires by the door. Nice. A fitting adornment for the entrance to the summer wing, I suppose. Summer is also vacation time. And every great thief knows that means tourists with bulging wallets. Pickpocketing game, isn't that a little beneath a great thief?
Same lines.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Oh, I did those. Okay. It's a man with a moon-shaped head and a woman with a sun-shaped head. The man's got a real pain to look in his eye, though. Is this another Paul Halik piece? Yes, from his younger years, when he was something of a dreamer. He depicted those closest to him by means of a motif taken from nature. The piece is titled My Parents. Guess the mom shone brightest in that house.
I'm still trying to figure out what Larry is hiding.
How isn't it all rotten and stuff? Did it
Slowly shuffle its way here? Hi, Aylin. Apparently 1 isn't so bad. 1 what? What have you done? Listen. 1 crime is still a crime. You know. Just saying. No, what are you talking about, Aylin? 1. Game? Red Dead? Yes, fine.
Okay. Need I remind you that zombies aren't real? It seems likely the body was preserved somehow. Really? Is that even possible? Hey, Mr. Forensic Guy, anything to report? Yes, ma'am. Traces of both ubiquium and asphyxiant have been detected in the fountain. Oh, well that's interesting. I'm gonna say they were probably carried here by the stream from the autumn wing. And in addition to those 2 chemicals, there's also a large amount of sugar. The composition of the sugar is being analyzed as we speak. And there's sugar in the fountain. Where would it even have come from?
Well, it would have come from the stuff that melted, right? Because it was like a sugary sweet.
Hello there, dearie. Still investigating away, are you? Found anything interesting?
Oh, dearie. Well, nothing much anyway.
Silly girl, that wasn't a dearie moment. That was more of a lambkin. Sweetheart is for when you're being sympathetic, of course. And treasure is for when they're in a tiz. Love is for people who you're not that keen on. And pedal you use while you're trying to get someone's attention.
I love this. Amazing. I didn't realize that was code. I've been doing it wrong, guys.
Wow, I didn't realize there was so many rules. Mr. Edgeworth, pedal. I hope you're getting all this down. Don't even try it, Kay. Oh, dearie me.
Time for bed. I'll get less than 4 hours of sleep. Remember, you can always report them to the thing. You know, I'm always on team report your company because fuck them. Good luck. Have a good night's sleep. Okay, rest. Love you, Tam. We always love you, okay? Doing great. Spurring positivity. That's cute.
I need to look at my evidence.
What evidence am I looking for? I'm not even sure. What evidence am I looking for? Ba-da-da-da. Save time. Woo! Alright, I feel like Larry needs to give me information, but I need to present the right thing to him. But in saying that, I don't get punished for presenting random stuff to people, so if I just keep presenting stuff, maybe he'll understand eventually. Cool. Didn't even react to his own photo. I love that he just blanks on this. It's so funny. Like, there's not a thought in his head. Okay, can't figure it out. What is he hiding? If there was something that looked obviously like... Can I go into any of the other rooms? Probably not. How are you two? Okay, so not that way. That's fine. I've talked to you. I haven't technically talked to you. There's a spill on the floor here. From the color and the aroma, I'm saying this is a puddle of spilt tea. And look, there's a small chunk of a ceramic in it. Oh, got it. Damn it, Larry. Guess someone must have broken something. Yes, a certain somebody has been breaking things. God damn it, I didn't even notice. Would you mind taking a look at this for me, Larry? Why would you show me that? Tell me, what is it about Miss Bound's tea, sir, that got you so agitated? If you won't tell me, then perhaps you'd prefer to explain it to Judge Gavel?
Wait, don't make me make look bad in front of Verity. She thinks I'm a sensible, cool, clean-cut guy.
She does not think that, but sure.
I want her to see the real me, the real low-down, dirty me.
Alright, buddy. I'm not so sure anybody here thinks you're particularly clean-cut, Larry. But if you don't want her to think badly of you, the best thing you can do is talk to me.
Alright, I'll talk.
God damn it. Alright, Larry, enough is enough. Now confess.
Is there any way to treat your best friend, Edgy?
Is this really... is this any way for you to treat yours? By lying to him? Hiding things?
I got the picture already, so stop glaring at me like that. I'll tell you everything, okay? Earlier, I thought Verity might like a cup of tea, so I went to pour one for her. But I got distracted, my hand slipped, and smash. I broke the teapot. The priceless work of art. It's in pieces because of me.
No words exist to describe how far away I saw this coming from. Ouch, really messed up this time, Loris.
See, Edgy, everyone's gonna think less of me now. Judy's never gonna forgive me for this.
Crying to me won't do you any good. I think you need to go apologize to Miss Bound. My teapot? I see.
I'm sorry, Judy. I'm so sorry. I don't have any money, but I'll paint your portrait. I'll paint you 50 portraits.
Please, Mr. DeMen, it's really me who should be apologizing. How could I fail to notice that there was broken pieces of ceramic on the floor? Somebody could have gotten hurt. Here, let me make sure that stuff's safely disposed of. The teapot in question was designed by Auntie Frost, correct? I understand it was something you've long treasured. You must be upset. Oh, I am. But of course, all things break eventually. And as luck would have it, I have another identical teapot. It's far from the end of the world. Is she less attached to Mr. Frost's work than she used to be?
I can't believe this, Judy. You're the sweetest, the kindest. Is that the teapot you're talking about? Is the one sitting on top of the car right now, right?
What do you mean?
Yeah, so when I smashed the first one, I tried to hide the pieces in the bottom of the car. And that's when I saw the other pot under there. So I took it out and basically switched the two pots.
Nani desu ka? Hi, Experiment. Hello there, how's it going? It's pretty good. We're relaxing. Yeah, well, relaxing, if that counts as just kind of reading through in a general case. We're having fun. Banjo, no! Why did that make him fall down? He's okay. I love them. Oh,
I see. Yep, that's everything I have to tell you. I'll be extra careful not to break the other one, I promise.
You have no shame whatsoever, do you?
I'm sorry?
It's really quite alright. Thank you for being so honest.
See, Edgy? Isn't Judy the absolute best?
I trust you won't take advantage of her kindness and will make amends somehow.
Sure will. Once I make it as an artist, I'm gonna give her one of my paintings. She was one of my models after all, it's only fair.
At this rate, I suspect he's likely to make more trouble than amends. I can't wait to see Larry in Apollo Justice, because I'm pretty sure Apollo Justice is like, I don't know, like 6 years in the future or something. I don't know, it's a good couple of years. And I like to think that maybe Larry actually becomes a successful artist and you get to like have him come in and it's like, it's Larista Nim, and it's like, oh god, it's still him. Oh god, that or he switched like 15 different jobs since. Who knows? Don't you think it would be better for you to keep out of her way for a very long time?
Oh, but I will be keeping out of her way because I sketched her and the others already.
Her and the others?
Keen to see my work, huh? Yeah, I drew a few great sketches of some ravishing beauties. Wanna see?
Interested in Loris's ravishing beauties, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm afraid you're greatly misjudged, Kay. I simply wish to see if Larry has captured any unusual details this time too.
Unusual details? Nothing's unusual about these. They're my best work yet.
Really? Now I want to see him too.
Oh, you're a sweetheart, Kay. Alright, let me dig them out for you. Give me a sec.
I suppose we might as well take a look. So the sketches of yours?
Seriously, Edge, if you want to check out my art, you should have just said so from the get-go.
Damn. Why do I feel like this is going to be an important piece of evidence? I doubt it will be, but I'm still suspicious. Trying to remember if we see Larry in Apollo Justice. Surely you do. It would be a crime that you don't have at least one random appearance from Larry. I decided time is arbitrary and breakfast is a lie, so I made a whole pizza with cheese crust at 10 in the morning. Who are you? Let me guess, you don't have autism. I'm sorry, I say that because my brain is like, no, you wouldn't do that. You can't pizza, like a full made pizza at 10 in the morning? Are you insane? That's a dinner meal. You have that at dinner time. It has to be at least past 5 o'clock, 5 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon for you to have pizza, okay? Unless you're at a restaurant. Apollo is intended to be a basically complete reboot. Oh, really? That's a surprise. Like, the complete reboot of... What's it called? The complete the great Ace Attorney from, like, Chronicles, where it's the past. That makes sense as a complete reboot. But Apollo Justice? What am I looking at here? Honestly, you got something, but I don't know what yet. I'm still figuring it out. All my friends have autism, and it can't be a coincidence. It's alright, you can always just have the opposite end of the spectrum. Where your life has, like, no order versus, like, my life where it's like everything is perfect as it should be, in place. No one move anything out of place, okay? We'll see. I'll give you a scale of things. I'm not sure we see Gumshoe. What? But Gumshoe, my boy? That's actually sad. I mean, like, I know you see Phoenix and Miles, and they're pertinent, you know? Like, I'm pretty sure isn't Miles, like, the chief prosecutor of, like, the prosecutor's office at that point? And then Miles, as far as I know, raised Trucy and Apollo or something? I don't know. Using my information from fanfictions. No other reason.
I told you, ravishing beauties.
I love that Judy Gavelle, she looks like a knight. Like, I feel like she should be wearing like a whole like chest piece. And you find out she's extremely butch.
Just a few of the fair faces that caught my eye since I've been here, you know? It's Verity, Judy, and someone else?
Why'd you draw them on the same page?
Well, I meant to draw the room at first, but something to pass the time.
Wait, is this Miss Scone? Hold up. Can I hide the... Is Miss Scone hiding, like, a body, pushing something into the fountain?
And I saw one beauty and another, and well, I just scribbled them all down as I went.
So these were drawn at different times.
Huh? Yeah, I guess. They have one of you too, Kay. You're on a different page, though.
Wow, you did? I'm flattered. How true to life are these sketches? Are you the did you only draw what you actually saw?
Of course. You think I draw things I can't see? Like, use my imagination? Nope. These are 100% true to life. Right down to the exact shade of each color.
Respect, man. So the colors are accurate. Interesting. Much as it pains me to admit it, Larry may have provided me with a useful bit of evidence yet again. The serving cart in the picture, for example, if I compare it to the one in the room, why is it not covered in, like, cups and plates? Why are they chocolates? There's a clear contradiction between the two.
Want to sign it for you?
Just the page, please. Yeah, like, it looks like she's putting, like, a blue coat into the... Like, what is happening down here? It looks like she's, like, dipping something in, pulling, like, a coat out. We get a different familiar face to our hapless detective. Oh, great. Okay. That's sad, though. Yeah, it's Miss Scone, I think. Bro would be terrible at D&D. Use your imagination. Imagine, DM.
I'm sorry, but I, like, can't use my imagination because there's nothing, like, up in here.
I say that. I've actually heard that apparently there are people who just literally can't imagine things in their head. Like, I find it interesting because, like, before, like, learning from this person, like, I would just thought, like, I feel like it's a very dumb-coded thing, like,
oh, I can't imagine things,
like, what? Like, it just kind of seems to imply that people are, like, can't do it. When in reality, like, they actually can't, which is very interesting, because obviously in my brain, like, I think of, like, a tree, and you're like, yeah, that's a tree, like a Christmas tree or something, like, you have a general shape, what it would look like, what the, you know, like, the vibe is or something. So, am I supposed to go back over here or not? No, I'm just doing this.
Save time, whoops.
Yep, Bryn can't picture things in their head. Messes with him a lot. He's allowed to walk around it. It's such an interesting thing. But also, apparently there's, like, really good artists out there who, like, have trouble with stuff like that, but they, like, don't. Doesn't stop him from having an imagination. Yeah, just needs more prompting. Or you just need more photos or something. Yeah, my GF is more of the can't picture things in her head. Okay, okay. Interesting. I suspect the difference in aroma we noticed is due to the teapots having been switched. You do? I can't see what else it could have been. The tea itself hasn't changed. Why don't we ask Ms. Bound, just to be sure? Ms. Bound, the difference in aroma we noticed, do you think it could have been caused because of the different teapot? I suppose so. My cup just now had a subtle minty scent, rather like Yuva tea. Oh, I just remembered I made some peppermint tea in that pot only yesterday. That must be where the minty aroma is coming from. Oh, yeah, here we go, we're figuring it out. Could that really be it? Ba-ba-ba. That's what they usually do. They learn to add the details together, just not an image in their heads. Just meant school was harder when people were trying to explain things. Yeah, that's not nice too, because you know, like sometimes, I don't remember if anyone learned this, but there was like an interesting way we were taught how to do math, right? Where it was like, if you want to carry the one or something, is that the right word? Like if you're doing like times tables, right? Wait. Let me just, because I can't do it. 14 times 24, right? Okay, just go with me here. You would like do 14 by 14, so that's 6, and then you carry the 1, okay? And then you put the 1 at the top, like this one, you're just like kind of like grabbing out of nowhere. I don't know. Or was it with minus? I can't remember. There was a weird way you learn how to do maths is the point. And they were like, grab an imaginary 10 out of the bucket and then just like minus from there or something. It would be like, grab a random 10 from the bucket. And you're like, I remember trying to explain it to my dad. I can't remember how to actually do it. If you told me how to like do minus stuff nowadays, I'd probably just, you know, do like, okay, 6 minus 9. Well, 6 and 9 is 3 left over, so 3 into them, so that's 7. You know, like if it was like 47 or whatever, 46 minus 9. Like, that's how I would do it, right? I wouldn't do all this other fanjangled, like, imaginary numbers from a bucket. Anyway. And the tea from the teapot Lara switched in from, the cart smelled faintly of mint. Right, Miss Brown said she used that pot to make peppermint tea yesterday. Yes, but there's something else that's been troubling me. Miss Brown seems more taken aback by the switching of the teapots than the breaking of one. Right, you expected to be the other way round. I suspect she might have been deliberately hiding the teapot underneath the cart. But why? One of Ubiquium's key characteristics is its minty fragrance. So what if she'd been hiding something in that teapot? What? In the teapot? It's simply a possibility, but one worth investigating, I believe. Mr. Winner, any luck finding that Ubiquium? I completely spaced when you mentioned it, but what's going on with the Skyrim thing? We're doing a Skyrim like bingo game. So there's like a bingo card which gets filled with different Skyrim goals. So one of them might be like get killed by 5 different giants. So you gotta go around the map and get killed by 5 different giants. But you also need to like, there's like, you know, it's like bingo. All the different squares have different goals. I'm just gonna make it that like whoever has the most by the end of stream wins. Me, Daft, and House are doing it. But if you're interested, Con, we're starting at 5 or around 5 or something. But that's what we're doing tomorrow. Which reminds me, I'm gonna set an alarm for tomorrow. He's partially intrigued, lads. I'm just gonna put this I'm gonna put this at 3:30. Just to make sure I don't fucking forget. Star Physio. What happens if there's a tie? Well, then it's a tie. No problem. I mean, it would just be whoever was fastest, I guess. The only reason I'm saying, like, I'm just doing for it for however long it took, like, I did a Skyrim bingo just, like, randomly on stream one point, and I, like, got the bingo probably, like, it probably still took me, like, a good 4 hours, you know? Like, 4 to 6 hours to just walk around and do everything, so... I mean, I'm always down to get fucked by giants. I mean, what? That was the convincing part. Well, again, 5 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be all in the Discord, the stream VC. What the fuck do I call it? Stream time VC. So it's Skyrim bingo. Yeah, we're playing Skyrim tomorrow. And we're going to start stream early. Stream's going to be 3 hours early. Starting at 5 p.m. And we're going to, like, hang out and play Skyrim. It's going to be great. Same. You're too horny. So, same. Absolutely same. Hell yeah. Aelin, you gonna join in too? I can at least put the goals on the screen so you can, like, have some fun with it. Like, you can try and follow along if you want. I'm not gonna put that pressure on you though, because, I mean, like, we're talking about playing Skyrim for, like, well, 1 over the course of dinner, and for probably like, I can't do math, for probably at least 5 hours straight, so. Now she said Red Dead Redemption 2 bingo. Absolutely. It's funny.
Oh, my people are searching the entire gallery, but they haven't found anything yet. And what about you? Don't tell me you know where it came from.
I may have an idea.
Ha! I knew it. If I can't find it, there's no chance of useless. What? You do know where it came from?
Yes.
Where?
Miss Bound's teapot.
Wow. Nice piece. I like it.
Is it actually in here? Oh, it's here.
Yeah. This looks like a fitting prize for a natural-born winner.
It's not a prize, it's a vital piece of evidence.
Oh, just like it's just evidence, then I'll have one of the forensic people check it out.
At least he's wearing gloves.
You, sir! Investigate.
Get mauled by 7 different bears. Check. If it was just hunting, sir, it's fine, but fuck the missions are shit. Oh, on Red Dead. Right.
Mr. Edgeworth, is there some sort of problem with my teapot?
Possibly. The minty fragrance we noticed coming from it. I think it just might be the scent of one of the chemicals used to make the poison gas.
But, Mr. Edgeworth, surely you don't think I had anything to do with that?
I'm afraid I do. The method used to create the gas would have required considerable preparation. Sorry. Nobody would have had the time or opportunity to set that up except you.
That's not strictly true. It took around a week to get Zodiac Hole ready for the expedition. There were all kinds of people coming and going through here during that time, Delicia for one. So you see, I'm not the only person who could have set it all up.
Ms. Scone is on our radar too, of course. You needn't worry about that.
And besides, I wouldn't know the first thing about making poison gas. So even if you did find some ubiquium in my tea, I wouldn't have any idea what to do with it. But I suppose we should see what the test results say first.
Miss Bound claims she doesn't know the first thing about making poison gas.
But she does, cause it's in the book.
Where I play along with Skyrim will depend on how much I get through this orangutan tomorrow. It's taken me 3 times as long because I've got to slow it right down to show how to do it on video. No, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I'll have like the goals on screen. And might not look terribly effective, but I'll have the goals on screen. So yeah, like you don't have to necessarily be versing us, but you can play along. Provided it's readable. We'll see how it goes. I need to figure out the layout and everything again. Did I save? What did I do? Okay, we're good. I need to find a way to prove that she's lying.
I know how. Oh, shit. What?
Gumshoe? Edgeworth speaking.
Sir, it's me.
Is everything alright, Detective?
Everybody's left the winter wing. It's just me in here now, which means I can tell you what we found out.
You really shouldn't be sharing information about the investigation. But after the past week or so, I'm not about to stop him.
The exhibits in here have all completely melted. All that's left in the display case is some stuff at the bottom. Some of it in the Taurus case than in the Gemini case. More of it in the Taurus case than in the Gemini case, though.
Right, because of the heat, right? Describe this stuff for me if you can.
Yes, sir. It's like a pale blue liquid. I had the lab run some tests just now. The sample from the Taurus case just had a bunch of sugar in it.
Oh, so that's where all that sugar came from.
But the one from the Gemini case had 3 different substances in it.
Which one?
Sugar, salt, and blood.
Blood? What is salt and blood doing in the Gemini's case sample?
Can't imagine whose blood it could possibly be, but I'll get it tested right away, sir.
Please do, Detective.
Oh, I also spoke over the radio with the forensic guy working in the fountain room. He said he got word the sugar they found in the
fountain matches the sugar in the blue pale liquid. I see. That might well prove to be a significant development.
Okay.
Anything else to report, Detective? Yes, sir. We found one of those light-emitting devices here in the Winter Wing, too. There were a few of those being used in the Autumn Wing to disguise it as the Winter Wing, as I recall. It seems the equipment from 18 years ago is more than just for show. I need to talk to Miss Scone about this. Anywho, better get back to it. Let you know as soon as we hear from the lab about the blood. Yes, thank you, Detective.
You know, Miles is a little bit of an asshole to Gumshoe, but at least he always calls him Detective. Like, he's never like... Well, I mean, he probably insults him a little bit, but like, he's fairly respectable to kind of, even when he's like being a little frustrating, that's still like, no, you're still a detective. You're still worthy of the respect of being called Detective. If you message the bingo card to me, I'll play a long race in as much as I can until bedtime. Okay, I'll try to remember to do that. Alright, good plan. I like it. I like it.
Was that Cubby? Seems like he had a lot to say. He did, and all of it very useful. If I'm going to prove that Miss Bound's claims about who could have set up the poison gas or trap are false, I'll need to talk to a certain somebody else who was here 18 years ago. Eddie, I need your help. And tell me, Vando, what kind of person is Miss Bound? Oh, wait a minute. Don't tell me you got a thing for her, Mouster. I do not. Chill, chill, I'm just yanking your chain. Anyway, what can I tell you about Judes? Well, she's a real brave trooper for one. What else do you call someone who waits around for 18 whole years like she has for Samson? Even after his extended family kicked her out of this place. What? They threw her out? Yeah, Judes wasn't technically part of the family, so there was nothing she could do. She had nothing, nobody, no job after Samson took the fall. So she had no choice but to take what he'd taught her and make her way in showbiz.
Or she took... I mean, there's a good chance that she took the cookbook, right? The ultimate cookbook, and sold it and got all the money from it.
Maybe. She's retired from all that now, though. Yes, why did she retire? She'd finally made enough to buy the old place back. She even got the ultimate cookbook back from the Tangaroa group after they basically stole it.
Oh shit.
Guess this place and everything to do with it was all she ever cared about. So she just wanted it back, all of it.
Yeah, this is a little disappointing because as far as we now understand, like Eddie and Judy are like kind of friends, so he's probably going to be a little disappointed. Maybe.
The vendor seems very sympathetic to Miss Bound's plight, yeah. But from a less charitable perspective, she has, in a way, taken everything of Mr. Katangaroa's for herself.
I need to get all the Ace Attorney music. There's some really good jams in here. Like raspberry jam, strawberry jam, plum jam. I'm wondering, have I eaten plum jam? I feel like I've totally had plum jam, but there's just a part of my brain that's like, I don't have like a recollection of taste in any particular way. Weirdly enough, I'm fussy about a lot of things, but I'm pretty sure I don't mind most jams. I say that. I might turn my nose up at apricot, but other than that, I feel like most other jams I'm pretty chill with.
This case seems to have a lot in common with the incident from 18 years ago. And how? It's got the light, Meldon, statues in the Winter Wing, and even the murder victim's body. How did nobody ever figure out the body had gone missing? Ross had no family apart from his son. And well, kid kind of vanished. Nobody's seen him since around the time of the incident. Oh shit, that's right.
Okay, well the kid's somewhere, right? Maybe not in this case, but in a future we'll find out it's all connected, guys. The kid's gonna turn up and it's gonna be like, I lost my dad 18 years ago, and after that I was left with no one, so I came to a life of crime.
Guster's son too. Them two. Him and his best pal from school just up and disappeared.
What?
They would have found? Guster's boy wasn't, not as far as I heard anyhow. Guess good for us, the kid turned up in the end though. He collected his inheritance at some point. But yeah, no family around, just after the incident, Roscoe, no funeral, no nothing. So no need for the police to release the body, and no need for anybody to find out they didn't have it. They filed a fake autopsy report, nobody was any the wiser. Well, almost any, but nobody. I still can't believe Mr. Von Karma would have stooped so low.
This is my newest piece of evidence, so I'm guessing it's this. Oh wait. Shit. That's not what he wanted. Wait, what were we doing?
The ultimate cookbook. I bet there's some humdinging recipes in there, huh? Any you might be interested in, perhaps? Ooh, me? Nothing I can think of. What about you, Chaos Torino?
I guess I'd like to be a genius, invisible, I know, able to fly.
We're talking about medicines here, okay? Not miracles.
Okay, not relevant. Got it. What am I doing? Oh wait, they did talk about how I need to talk to Miss Scone, didn't they?
Miss Scone, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Of course, dear. Fire away. Anything for you, Mousy Smousy, and dear little Tooth Decay. I love it. Dear, sweet little Tooth Decay. Oh, amazing.
Unappreciative if that was the last time you called me Mousy Smousy.
I'm not a fan of Tooth Decay either. Well, you'll just have to like it or lump it. Can't change a nickname once I've settled on it.
Oh, guess we tried.
Alright, I need to go to the toilet, guys. Sorry, I'm drinking too much water. It's good for me. Alright. I'll be back in a jiffy. Alright. Hold on to your cacti. Lord Cha. Who is there other than the Lord of Cha? Tell me, oh, where is the underwear when there is naught but Lord of Cha? Yeah. Hi, Han. Hi, Aldo. Are you okay? Alright, let's go. Oh, Han. What? I'm fine. Uh-huh. Fuck. I'm okay. Ugh. Okay, gallery decorations. What can you tell us about the various devices used to decorate the gallery exhibits? There seems to be some pretty specialized items in use. Light-emitting devices, luminous fabric. Oh, I can tell you all about those, dearie. After all, I'm the one who gave them to Moody Judy. It was my way of saying sorry after I broke the rules all those years ago. I bought her 4 lovely new salt lamps, and I gave her the 4 pieces of a luminous cloth I used for the contest. Wow, that's super generous of you. Well, us girls have to do our best, don't we? Not everybody understands, of course.
That better not be a dig at me, Delish. I told you how kind I thought that was.
Yes, back when you were a dear, sweet, innocent baby boy. What happened to you, eh?
A dear, sweet, innocent baby boy? Mr. Fender? Can't quite picture that, I have to say.
And so these decorations, they're all the same as the ones you saw 18 years ago? Yep, soul lamps, chrome fabric, light-emitting doodads, the whole bit. There were 4 luminous cloths in use in the autumn wing, but I'm sure I saw another somewhere.
I'm not lying. It's my bag.
Maybe I should jog her memory with something so Miss Gone will remember. You had a piece of fabric like this in your bag, did you not, Miss Scone? Albeit a somewhat grimier one.
Grimy? How rude. You won't get people to cooperate with your little investigation like that, young man.
Shall I call it a dish towel, then? Perhaps you used it to wipe up some sort of spillage?
A spillage, he says. The cheek! That's a piece of highly specialized luminous cloth. Oh, I probably shouldn't have told you that.
I think I'd like to know a little more about this highly specialized luminous cloth, if you don't mind.
I think someone's going to join the crew on One Piece. Oh? Well, who are you thinking then? Who are you reckoning? I mean, if you don't want to write into Discord, you can like... sorry, if you don't want to write it into chat, you can write it into Discord. Loki? Dude, I'd fucking love that, but no. He's too chaotic. He doesn't want to rule under someone. He wants to destroy the world. If anything, I'm waiting for him to like... He's gonna like... Luffy's gonna end up actually breaking him free. And he's gonna like... help defeat them and get them away sort of thing. But there's a good chance he could hurt others. Or something. I don't know, I can kind of see him breaking out and helping. So he's going to chill out. Oh, he's totally going to chill out. But the question is to what extent? Like, I feel like he's gonna be really bad, and then it's gonna be like, oh, it's Luffy, it's fine. You know? I don't know. But yeah, I think Loki's chill. I definitely think he's going to end up chill, but that's only because in the face of a common enemy, which is obviously God's Knights. I'm gonna keep saying random things, and all of chat's just gonna be like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Oh, well, I suppose there's no point hiding it now, is there? If you must know, I fished it out of the fountain. It was right before they called me into the autumn wing.
So Larry's sketch of Miss Scone is of when she was trying to retrieve the cloth.
At first, I thought it was one of the ones I'd given Moody Judy.
One of the 4 you'd given to the gallery, correct?
Exactly, but all 4 were being used in the autumn wing, weren't they?
So I realized it must be the one that went missing all those years ago. I'd already had my Infesticide Ultra pinched and used to make poison gas. If one of my cloths turned out to be used in some sort of dastardly deed too, well, I was going to look guilty as sin, wasn't I? So I kept it hidden in my bag and hoped for the best. I see. Oh, it does feel good to get it off my chest, though. Stress is no good for the complexion. So the cloth that disappeared 18 years ago, the one that the victim was wrapped in, just happened to reappear in the fountain at the same time as the body. Okay.
Hey Rashkavar. It's too hot and sticky. How icky, sorry. I'm still surprised it's so hot where you are. I'm like, it's been so nice down here for like almost 2 weeks. I mean, I think Sunday was a little insufferable, but other than that, it's been pretty good. Need to come further south.
Miss Scone, you're something of a specialist. How might someone learn to make the poison gas that was used in the attack? Any ideas?
Well, any pharmacist who's ever handled Infesticide Ultra would know for a start. After all, it says it right there on the label, do not mix with products containing ubiquium, ever.
But what about a layperson? It's unlikely they'd know, wouldn't you say?
I suppose so, yes. Well, not unless they had a nose through the ultimate cookbook anyway.
The prize from the contest 18 years ago.
A recipe for making Infesticide Ultra, along with that not mixing with ubiquium bit is in there, you know.
So you're familiar with the contents of the book?
Oh, yes, dear. I know it inside and out. Because I work for the Tangaroa Group, you see. We're the company behind Cold Killer X. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Cold Killer X fights back sniffles and sneezes with ease, apparently.
I love the idea of Miles, weirdly enough, being someone who never gets sick. Monday was 40, Han, what? See, she's in denial so easily. I forgot about 40. I forgot about Monday, okay? I spent most of Monday with my family, and that's all I cared about. We were in a, like, air-conditioned car. Like, I wasn't... Forgot about it, okay? It was fine.
After Sammy Poople was found guilty, the company took custody of the book. But they only granted their most trusted people access to it, of course.
Which means Miss Scone is one of these elites, I suppose.
Okay. Now do I go to Eddie? What am I doing? Oh, yeah, okay. That definitely looks like a connection point. Let me save. Let me save. I've gotten to Assassin's Creed Rogue. I'm quite amused that I got to the bit where they introduced the real estate income thing that was in Ezio era games. A gentleman who helped you out is like, well, if you have any issue with criminals harassing innocent people for protection money, why don't you try gentrification? I'm sorry, can you elaborate on that? I don't quite know what you mean. What's gentrification? I feel like I should know, but I'm I probably know it in context, but not out of context.
Ultimate Cookbook contained instructions on how to create the poison gas. The current owner of that book is none other than Ms. Judy Bound. No, wait, you mean... I'm afraid I do. Ms. Bound would have been perfectly capable of setting up the gas trap. Finally, we can prove that she's been lying to us.
Okay, so what am I doing? What? I figured it out. Do I need to talk to someone, or...? I'll be the toast of the thieving community. It's an urbanization strategy where you take a lower class neighborhood, build higher class buildings to attract more wealthy residents, and basically price the lower class people out of the neighborhood. Oh, okay, so just normal life. Got it. Sorry, the only reason I say that is, like, I know, like, the block kind of does that a little bit, in the sense that they're like, hey, look at these 4 rundown houses. We're gonna buy them all, and then we're going to, like, you know, use them for the block. And it's like, okay, cool, but also those were 4 fucked up houses that low income people could at least afford, and now you've just dolled them up and sold them for millions, and that person will probably just end up fucking, like, I don't know if you know what the block is. Is the block available in other countries? I don't know. Block? The block of the TV show. Oh shit, okay. So the block, let me elaborate. I'm sorry. The Block is an Australian TV show where they get 4 couples, typically like couples of like, and when I say couple, they can be like sister and brother, husband and wife, cousins, whatever, who are interested in carpentry or design or something like that. And they buy 4 houses that are typically side by side each other. And then they give them this really completely rundown house. And then each week they have to work on the house getting built as quickly as possible. Like, because this is all within like a 12-week window, take note. So every week you have to at least get 1 room complete. And sometimes it's like 2 rooms, or it's like, you know, the bedroom plus like the ensuite bed, like bathroom and like cupboard. It's something I enjoyed when I was young, but now I look at and I'm like, God, this is so much pressure to give people. You know what I mean? Like, people have literally come away from being on the block and being like, yeah, that was terrible for my mental health. I would never do that again. Yeah, it's a thing. In Canada, the bloc is the Bloc Québécois, in a federal party with major influence that runs in Quebec and advocates for French-Canadian goals. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Hand going on the block now with Da. Absolutely not. We would have no knowledge of how to do anything like that. Adara and I could probably design a room pretty nicely, but that's it. That's it. So, okay, so where am I going? Who am I going to? Who am I confronting? Let's start with the show. Come join me as we sing the song. It's a nifty thrifty 2-hour long. Now, one by one, we'll sing the things that the world's best little cookbook brings. Do you think Mr. Edgeworth will listen to the rest? No, that won't be necessary. God damn it. You do well, no? No. Absolutely not. Again, I don't know. I mean, like, I could probably help with, like, budgeting, but, like, that's it. Not to mention, I can imagine, like, doing the block probably gets even more and more expensive every year that passes. Like, they're better off going to, like, a country town. But if you go to a country town, right, and you grab 4 houses side by side, and you fucking dolly them up, then no one's going to be able to live in that neighborhood. Like, it's terrible. Just, like, don't hurt the people in the country. They're just trying to get by. Anyway, besides the point. Sometimes they build houses from scratch too, I think. Who am I talking to? Oh. Give me 30 seconds, guys. Shh. Hold on. Oh, shit. I hadn't noticed that at all. What the fuck? Alright. They have like, talk to Judy. Point 1. I'm like, what? So apparently, I thought this was like, he was like true to the colors, and I hadn't really thought about the blue thing, so. Oh my, is that me? Yes, it was painted by the so-called artist over there. It's wonderfully drawn. Would you mind if I kept it? Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Bound. I'm afraid it's an important piece of evidence. Oh, I see. That's a shame. I suppose Larry's charm is something of a talent if he can impress a gallery owner with sketches like these. Fuck! That's not what I needed. What am I missing? She seems good. Speak to Winner, who says he has an entire museum overturned but still hasn't found the ubiquitous. You have an idea for where it might be? The teapot. Judy asks if you suspect her setting the poison trap and says others could have done it, as she would know. Examine the fountain. Am I in the right chapter? Fuck. What have I missed? What have I missed? I've missed something, guys. Okay, I just went and got myself a cool damp tea towel and a cool sheet, so hopefully it helps. Hell yeah. You got this, Aylin. You'll rest, I believe. Just having a nice tea towel on you will help. Urban renewal done as a social program can be a good idea. Oh yeah, absolutely. Shitty slums where the plumbing breaks on a weekly basis and wires just dangling from the ceilings and shit exists and are terrible, and should be replaced by social housing that is actually fucking safe. But doing it for profit, which is what I'm doing in-game, is literally an income system. I make £20,000 and change in 1730s money every 20 minutes or so of gameplay. Just means you'll price people out of the neighborhood. Okay. So not great. So that's just a feature of Assassin's Creed Rogue. That doesn't seem right. I know nothing about Rogue for reference, but what the fuck? Wish I'd better thermal regulation. I'll be thinking the same thing in winter. So, you got this, girl. It's the weird thing, like, as soon as I'm warm, I'm like, this is fine. Like, even if I'm hot and it's, like, gross and whatever, like, I'm okay, you know? But as soon as it's too cold, it's right. We'll suffer together in winter. I got this all year round. Yeah, it's shit. I wish you were cool, Well, you are really cool. I mean, you're awesome. You're the best. So obviously the weather is just naturally attracted to your warm and wonderful presence. Aced it. Okay, back to the game. Fuck. What am I missing? I think I'm missing a piece of evidence. The weather is trying to drain it from me. God damn it. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I have no other pieces to deduce. God damn it. This is not that supposed to be that long of a segment. Okay, hold up.
Minty fragments in the tea smells different. Ceramic fragment in the middle of the thing, talk to Larry. What are you hiding? Your sketches. Examine the service card again and deduce. See, that didn't pop up for me, did it? Was there a deduce thing? Oh no, there was. Alright, sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
Eureka!
Okay, that's what I'm missing. Larry, can I ask you something about your sketches?
Huh? Fascinated by the work of the great Lars de Num, huh? It's the composition, right?
Sorry, not exactly. This light blue tablecloth, you painted that exactly as you saw it, correct?
I told you, everything is exactly as I saw it.
But the tablecloth on the cart here in this room is white. Rogue is an interesting game. AC2 and AC Brotherhood and AC Revolutions did it too. You bought stuff around the city to make money, but Rogue has some interesting commentaries on the series. Okay, alright. Kind of makes me- is it kind of like Fable 3, if you've played that? Where you like buy houses, rent. Dad's like, turn the aircon on in your room, and I'm like, nope, can't do that to sleep, end up with back pain and migraines. Can't you like put it on like a really low... Can't you put it on like a really low temperature so it's just like a soft breeze? I mean, that part of it, I guess. Because I don't know, like I have my fan down here and it doesn't do a whole heap, not as effective as an aircon, but just having the air blow on me kind of feels nice.
Wow. Your head's so full of crazy theories, the simple stuff just passes you right by, huh?
What's that look for?
Listen, just before I drew that piece, I was in the middle of some business with the cart with the tea set on it, okay? What kind of business? That's right, it was hiding the pieces of teapot I smashed kind.
That's nothing to boast about.
Anyway, I was still in the middle of cleaning it all up when Judy came out of the window wing. I didn't want to get busted for breaking the bond, so I quickly dove out of sight.
If you can count that as dove out of sight. Well, that's suspicious. Wait, Ms. Bound came out of the winter wing.
Yeah, she was pushing a cart, a different one. That's the one with the light blue table on it that I drew.
What the fuck? And what did you do with the second serving cart?
Well, saw her wheel it into the summer wing. I don't know what happened to it then. When she came out, she was pushing one of those other carts. The kind you can lift stuff with.
A lift cart?
Yeah, so I called her out to her, but she just ran off and left it behind. Never had her down to the shy type, so it just goes to show you never know.
Another serving cart and a lift cart. Is there another tea set too? We'd better check with Ms. Bound. Okay. Okay. We got there, guys. But also, it brings up the idea that maybe the nothing is true, everything is permanent guys aren't inherently the only opposite good guys. What? Did I read that right? Brings up the idea that maybe nothing is true, everything is permitted. Guys aren't inherently the only possible good guys. Guys? Which guys? Do you just mean like the whole idea of like... You know, like the French Revolution, for example. Yes, we're talking about the French Revolution. The French Revolution. Where it's that whole idea of like, people overthrow the government. The people who overthrow the government can kind of end up just as bad as the people they overtook kind of mentality. Tyranny takes over tyranny. Assassin's Creed isn't necessarily good, depending on how you use it. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So even the Assassin's Creed is like, give us all the money. We need it in order to protect you, or something. No, because it's only system to on and off in each room, not uniquely set to each room. That's annoying. We have a joke in the family that he's a polar bear, so I'd be turning on my aircon
to winter weather overnight. That's crazy. What the hell? That's an odd type of aircon. I feel like it should be set to more, but well.
Are there 2 serving carts here in the gallery, Miss Bound?
Oh, yes. Why do you ask?
A certain so-called artist showed us this sketch. I couldn't help but notice the color of the tablecloth. It's light blue.
Light blue? I'm afraid your friend must be mistaken. Only use white tablecloths, freshly laundered and starched. Like the perfect wrinkle-free one on the cart here in the fountain room, right? Exactly. If I saw so much as a blemish, I would replace it right away.
Could the color of the tablecloth in the sketch simply be a mistake on Larry's part? Do you have any idea of what you might have been doing when this sketch was drawn?
Let me see. I appear to be carrying out my usual duties.
I'd like to ask you more about these duties.
Is what it is. But the real talent sheet seemed to have taken the edge off. That's good. That's good. Get sleepy.
What exactly were you doing when this sketch was drawn? Because from what I see, your card doesn't have a tea set on it.
I was delivering some chocolates to the investigating officers.
Oh, now I'm jealous. I love chocolate.
Well, there were a few left over, so here. Both for you both. Made them myself. I hope you like them. Whoa! Woohoo! Yee! Yes, Miss Bound!
Well, why not? They're a little melted, but I suppose that's because they've been sitting around in her pocket.
Yay, more chocolate. They're super sweet. I love them. I'm very glad to hear it.
They may not be the prettiest, but I'm grateful for the energy boost nonetheless. Though perhaps they could do with a little less sugar.
Okay, we made it. Basically in Rogue, the assassin's mentor Achilles, who is also mentor in AC3, has recently lost his wife and kid to sickness and has latched onto a search for pieces of Eden. They find 2 and both times start major earthquakes that wipe out a lot of people, one in Heishi, one in Lisbon. Achilles is hellbent on finding the third one to hell with any civilians who might be killed. So your character, who barely survived the Lisbon quake, abandons the assassins, is taken in by the Templar, and it gets to play with the idea of guys who want law and order being the good guys for a change. Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's crazy. Love it. I didn't know that. That's cool as fuck. Because obviously, like, every Assassin's Creed game is mostly like, hey, the people who you think are good, the Templars, are terrible. Assassin's Creed are legit, you know what I mean? Maybe some of their actions are questionable, but they're obviously made out to be the good guys. No wonder it's called Rogue. That's really cool. It's a good way of, like, turning the story around. To me, it's basically saying neither the Assassins or the Templars are inherently good, but they're both potentially really fucking dangerous. Oh yeah, absolutely. I do find it interesting that a lot of the time, like, what's a good example? I'm thinking of Dragon Age, but I don't think anyone's gonna understand what I'm talking about with Dragon Age. God, is there a better example? Come on. I really don't know. I guess when there's, like, it's like if both sides had like, it's like having the idea of the existence of a secret police or something, right? Or like FBI, whatever. Is that there's almost this element of, like, you have this secret elite team of people, you know, who are potentially, like, you only, like, put them into battle when they're needed. Like, they're there as a constant threat. That are there to kind of be enforced whenever. But presumably, both sides have this group. And they can be basically utilized and weaponized however they wish. And that's bad, is the point. The point is that both it's kind of like both sides holding, like, nuclear weapon codes. You know what I mean? Like, there's that element of, like, we're at a stalemate, even though they both equally have potentially, catastrophic world-ending events. So, let's not think about that. The game. Oh, look, we did it. We did it, guys. God, that took so long. There was so much talking. What the fuck? How long is this section? It looks like it's a testimony and a little bit after that. Okay. Alright, that's not terrible. Again, I'm probably not going to be able to finish this tonight, but that's okay. Test results have come in, sir. Traces of ubiquium were found in the teapot.
They were? Just like Mr. Edgeworth said! Curse you. Better not think this means you beat me.
You really need to drop this obsession with coming in first, Mr. Winner, even if it is your name. We're all on the same side here, remember? We're all trying to get to the truth.
What? But first is best. Everyone knows it's better to be a winner than a loser.
That's really no way for our prosecutor to think. Not a successful one, anyway.
But I...
Enough. Mr. Edgeworth, please refrain from taunting the boy. Ignore him, Eustace. He isn't worthy of your attention. God, Gavel, you're fucking... I hate you. She's so pretty, but I hate her.
But, Gavel, alright.
I hope that by the time we get to the end of the next 2 games, like cases, he's actually going to be like, man, you're right, Miles. You know, like, actually, like, kind of takes on Miles' advice. I also really like the end of Rogue because you get to just fuck Achilles over and hated his guts in 3 for taking in... and immediately going, but your name is too complex. I'm gonna call you Connor after my dead son. Oh god. What? Is that really something he does? I would have at least called him Ratton. Or Haka. I don't know. Can't say that name.
In the meantime, you can perform the far more important task of going and checking on the victim.
Oh, yes. Good idea. I'll be back.
Excellent. We shall see you shortly then.
Mr. Winner's annoying, but totally harmless. Judge Gavel, on the other hand.
Now, Miss Bound, perhaps you could explain why traces of ubiquium were found in your teapot. I had no idea there was anything like that in there. Perhaps it's one of the ingredients in the dishwashing soap I use. So you're telling the court that you did not intentionally put ubiquium in the teapot? Yes, exactly. Why would I? Until today, I had no idea it could even be used to make poison gas.
Objection!
You are a trained actress, are you not, Miss Bound? I had thought you would be more convincing a liar.
Oh, what do you mean?
You have access to the Ultimate Cookbook, correct? A book that just happens to contain instructions on how to create the poison gas used in the attack. Meaning it's perfectly possible for you to know exactly how to make it. I can't pronounce either, but I'm just gonna give you a white man name. It's not fucking okay. No, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm like, that is really fucked. But I, like, why Connor? Like, at least ask him about it first. Be like, is there a short nickname you want us to go by? Do you like Rat, or is Rat, like, too demeaning? We could name you Cat, or Tun. I could call you Tun. How you doing, Tun Tun? Tun Tun! That's equally as demeaning, but just go with me here. Tun Tun is kind of cute. Why is gas in a cookbook? Okay, so it's called the Ultimate Cookbook, when in actual fact it is a book containing formulas for creating a cure for taste disorders and other chemical and pharmaceutical items. It's a cookbook with tons of... what's the word? Theories. It's like, again, like chemical and pharmaceutical items, but like they're formulas. They're what's the word? Like, not publicized yet formulas that could be utilized and sold for the highest bidder. So this book actually has quite a lot of value. If you have this book, you could basically sell it to a pharmaceutical company for thousands of dollars. And it's called a cookbook because of that reason, but it obviously has like cures and stuff. Or he could just translate it, his spirit lives, or life scratcher. It literally has a meaning. Oh, okay, interesting.
You're very well informed, Mr. Edgeworth. Ms. Bound, is what Mr. Edgeworth said true? The book does contain information how to make poison gas, yes. But the fact that I have seen it doesn't mean make me guilty. Can I ask exactly how the gas was triggered? The victim used a blowtorch to heat the lid of one of the missing cases, thereby melting the ubiquium. I see. But he locked himself in the room too, didn't he? Surely that, and the fact that he triggered it himself, wouldn't it point it to being a suicide attempt?
So she's not willing to admit anything.
Furthermore, where would I have gotten a hold of Infesticide Ultra?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps you stole it.
You know, I did bump into Booty Judy a week or so ago, and that very evening I noticed my Infesticide Ultra had gone missing. Why, Judy, surely you didn't. Cecilia, you carry your bag of pharmaceuticals with you everywhere, don't you? There would have been any number of opportunities for someone other than myself to steal it from you.
That's true, and I don't have any hard evidence that it definitely was Miss Bound who stole it.
Dudes, there's clearly something you're not telling us. Why don't you just come clean, You all know you never hurt somebody for no reason, so...
Oh, buddy, he's about to be so disappointed.
Oh, you too. Think I'm guilty as well, Miss Defender?
Can you blame me? We've got one wing disguised as another, a gas trap in one of the display cases, and you're the proprietor of the establishment. It's looking a lot like you did it, kiddo.
You've got this all wrong. I have to remember the gallery doesn't have any security cameras nor any security personnel. If some ill-intentioned person or other wanted to get in undetected, I don't think they have much of a problem.
Wow, you're practically asking to be burglarized. You need to be more careful. A great thief could have a field day in here. And I don't think she's joking.
And actually, it seems that Mr. Gusto did, in fact, enter the gallery before it opened.
Sheesh.
Judy's one tough cookie. She's not budging an inch. Maybe it's time to rock a little technique Gregory taught me back in the day.
Hold up, what are you... Sorry, what technique? Is there something that I should be aware of? And what technique might that be?
So hear me out. I give her, like, the biggest kiss. Everything's connected to what happened 18 years ago, right? And since we're not getting anywhere by focusing only on the here and now, maybe we ought to approach this from a different angle and look at the past for clues instead.
A turnabout in thinking, so my father used this method as well.
Alright, let's run this through the old Thinkatron. How was Jude's involved in what happened back then?
According to Miss Bound, it was because of her that Mr. Frost's flavored ice sculptures melted. And yet his sculptures are here on display at the very gallery today. Is it possible that she...
set 'em on fire!
Thank you, Fender. I think I know what I need to ask Miss Bound now.
Don't thank me, thank your pops. Take it away, Mousy. I'll grab the popcorn.
I love you. Miss Bound, you say you are the one who caused Mr. Frost's creations to melt 18 years ago, correct?
I'm afraid so. I was young and foolish. It was a terrible accident.
Sorry. And yet, what you did allowed you to open this exhibit, no?
What do you mean? Yes, what do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? If you're going to ask such questions, perhaps a formal testimony from Mr. Bound might be best. Yes, perhaps it's might. I'd like to know a little more about Zodiac Hall, and about why Ms. Bound decided to dedicate this space to Mr. Frost's work.
Very well. If you believe it to be relevant to the case, I will allow it. Miss Bound, would you mind? Not at all. I'll do whatever it takes to prove that I'm innocent.
Alright.
Took 18 years, but at long last, I was finally able to buy Samson's home back a little while ago. But a place like this is expensive to maintain, so I decided to turn it into an art gallery. To that end, I collected as many Paul Halik pieces as I could from around the world. Because, if I'm honest, it's always been something of a dream of mine to open a space dedicated to his work.
Pardon.
Thank you for your testimony, Miss Bound. How wonderful it is that you were able to fulfill your dream. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, everything seems entirely above board to me.
Judge Gaval, that was simply the witness's preliminary statement. As you surely know, the value of the testimony cannot be evaluated without due cross-examination.
Do it!
Oh, God, I still have to keep going for another hour. Oh, I'm getting sleepy. Okay. Okay, I just want to see, do I have any evidence pertaining to this? I just think, like, she has one of Judy Bound's prized possessions. Like, there was more than one teapot. I'm just saying. Like, she's making duplicates. Or some. But it makes it sound like I need a press.
Hold it!
Oh, really? That was Mr. Frost's pseudonym, correct? It was my understanding that Mr. Frost had died before he could complete them.
Yes, I was able to create replicas for the Winter Wing based on photos of the sculptures.
Okay. Really? Perhaps you could go into more detail on that. What I miss? I don't even know, man. Same, finally. I even took my meds early to sleep on time, early for the heat to fuck me over. It's okay, Aiden. You get to sleep soon. Rest. You got this, girl. I believe in you. Oh, God. Sorry, my hip's giving me some pain. As I could from around the world. Because if I'm honest, I've always been something of a dream of mine to open a space dedicated to his work. I was able to create replicas for the Winter Wing based on photos of the sculptures he made. Where are you now? I feel like I should have something to protest here, but I'm not sure what. I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna try presenting the photos.
Objection!
That didn't do anything. I had to bail early, I was crashing. What? No worries, man. It's alright. It's bedtime. Ooh. Are you gonna be alright for tomorrow? You gotta stay up late or go to bed super early. Had a nice sleep though. That's good. That's good. What's even happened? The last part took so long. I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, I was able to create replicas of the Winter Wing based on photos of the sculptures he made. Nani. Nani, nani, nani.
a body turned up that was Artie Frost. His body went missing in the past. Okay, so 18 years prior to this, when it was Gregory and Von Karma doing the investigation, Von Karma never found a body, but he smudged the results so that it looked like he found a body. But instead, there's a good chance that sorry, I'm thinking. Have a good night, Aelin. Sleep well. Mwah. Take care. Get all the sleep. Fuck, what was I saying? I don't know, man. It's complicated. I don't know how to explain it to you, House. I'm very sorry. We're pretty sure Judy did it, but I could be wrong. Because I feel like we're inspecting her almost too soon. So, like, there's a good chance here that it could still be Carmelo. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Hold it!
I'm so lost now. Now it's all good. I'm sorry. It's I have no idea, okay? I have no idea what's happening. I wish I could articulate it to you better, but like, it's one of those things where obviously like there's the past case and the previous case like merging together. Anyway, so like the body from the past case I guess was preserved up until this day where it was found. Finally, after all this time. And I don't know, Judy currently has the best means to kill. These photos you mentioned, you mean the ones you yourself took in Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago? Yes, you certainly know a lot about what happened back then, Mr. Edgeworth. So those statues in the winter wing were just copies? I didn't even get to see them before they melted. No, the sculptures in questions were definitely not replicas, which means that Miss Bound is lying. No, it's such an awful shame, and after we went to the trouble to recreate them. Wait, the sculptures in the winter wing weren't replicas. They're the very ones from 18 years ago. How do you know that? What do you mean? They're the same ones? Hold up. I'll just ask that in general, not just as what happened in game. Oh, it's always the ones that have the most motive that don't do it, if you ask me. No. Well, there's been a few different people that pointed in direction. I'm just surprised. This one confuses me because I thought they were pointing towards Ms. Bound this entire time. But like, I know there's still one more segment for the rest of this game. So that means either she has an accomplice or something else has happened. I'm not sure.
Objection!
That. Okay, my thing says present the Gemini case analysis results. Why? This one? Sugar composite matches that of the sugar found in the pale blue liquid in Artie Frost's room 18 years ago. Eh? Sugar found in water fountain also seems to be a match. Oh, are they saying it should have been made with what? What? I don't know what that is insinuating, but sure.
I'm afraid you've run out of road, Miss Bound. You can lie all you like, but you can't deny the results of the tests conducted on the sculptures remain. And those tests leave no room for ambiguity. What you had on display weren't replicas, they were the very statues Mr. Frost carved 18 years ago.
Oh, I could probably help explain how they worked it out, if you like, dear. It's the sugar, you see. You might think sugar, but the composition is actually very unique. You could probably recreate the statues, but the sweet secrets of their chemical makeup, no chance.
Thank you, Miss Scone. I don't recall asking for her help, but still. To put it simply, the statues didn't disappear back then because they melted. They disappeared because you spirited them away and kept them hidden for these 18 long years.
How'd she keep them cool? What? She kept a pair of flavored ice sculptures around somewhere for all that time?
It's not the most out there idea in the world, assuming you have a big enough ass box.
Overruled.
Quiet, all of you. Miss Bound, have you anything else to say in your defense? So you've already learned that much. Should I take that to mean you admit to having hidden the flavored ice sculptures in question? No, I admit to no such thing. You haven't proved that I was the one who took those statues away. And you won't, because it would have been impossible for me to do so in the first place. The police were already here when they disappeared. How could I have done it without them noticing?
How indeed. I don't yet know exactly how you did it, but I'm far from ready to say that it was impossible. I'm far from ready to say that it was impossible for you to have stolen them away. Ugh.
You're a very persistent man, aren't you, Mr. Wedgeworth?
I am indeed, and I won't stop until I get the truth.
I see. But I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did that day. 18 years ago. One of my friends got into trading cards collecting, and dude is going ham. Started with Pokemon, then the One Piece one, and now the Disney characters. That is crazy. TCG is a gateway drug. It sounds like it. Holy fuck. I always like the idea of collecting One Piece cards, but I have to stop myself every time. I'm like, no, don't do it, Han. I have to try and not get into too many vices that I know are going to ensnare me too much. You know, like the whole fucking Kirby problem, okay? Where I'm like, ooh, a 1 in 6 chance of having one of the figurines have Waddle Dee and not Kirby. Like, it's not good, okay? I've mostly kept a tamper on it this entire time, but don't trust me. The whole time before judging began, I was waiting upstairs in our living area on standby. During the judging, I had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samson. Before I could take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. Later, around when your father arrived, I began to make the rounds and serve tea to everybody present. That was when I saw Mr. Gusto entering Mr. Frost's room.
That's for us to decide, Miss Bound.
More focused on proving the fact that she did indeed steal those statues. When would she have had the opportunity to do so? Okay.
La 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 ba 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 da.
Okay. I have to at least try and figure this out first.
Hold it!
I'm most suspicious of this statement. Were you the only one who was able to move around freely during the judging? Well, I wouldn't say freely exactly, but I was able to move around more easily than the contestants, yes. Even so. I could hardly have spirited the sculptures away with Samson and was standing right there, could I? And I ran straight off to change the film as soon as he asked me. I wouldn't have had time. Okay, so I actually got to choose the right statement. But before I could take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body.
Hold it!
You entered the room containing Mr. Tangaro's work before bringing the camera back to him, correct?
Yes, I heard the sound of something collapsing.
Good night, Olda. Sleep well. Be nice to chat. I will.
Samson, are you in here? Da. Da da da.
Sound of the chocolate chip falling over after a certain somebody took a bat out of the supports.
And Mr. Tangaro was still in Mr. Gusto's room when you found the body?
Yes, I'm fairly sure that was the case. He's judging each room in order and he'd like to take his time.
I would say so. Later, around when your father arrived, I began to take the rounds and serve tea to everybody present. That was when I saw Mr. Gusto entering Mr. Frost's room. Well, she could have moved him around on the push thingies, right?
Hold it!
Just as you did today. Yes, I went around and offered everyone working on the investigation a cup of tea.
Present company included. I remember it well. You were here, there, upstairs, downstairs, everywhere with that little card of yours.
Interesting. And did anything strike you as strange around that time?
Oh yeah. Gregory was singing the praises of Judy's tea, and I think he mentioned his saucer was cold.
Oh!
Oh!
Got him. His saucer was cold. Shit. Yes. Ms. Bound, I believe this was when you stole the sculptures.
I hate to contradict you, but the fountain room was full of witnesses at the point Mr. Fender included. Are you suggesting that I somehow got the sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room right under everyone's nose?
And that's precisely what I'm suggesting.
Take that!
Tea sounds nice right now. I know, right? Sometimes tea sounds like a lovely thing, and then other times I'm like, I'm good. I don't know if you remember, I'm not really a tea drinker person, right? But we at work at one point, we had these Earl Grey, we had these trial foods. There was like trial food. To see if we wanted to like sell them from the company that we usually buy sweets from. And they had this like, I want to say it was something like blackberry and like Earl Grey cupcake or something. And it was highly recommended to have it with, well, yeah, it was like the whole point was that it was like, it was supposed to be like Earl Grey. And it was very weird, but it was weirdly nice with Earl Grey. Like if you ate it with like some Earl Grey tea, it was actually really nice. But obviously like otherwise it was just a weirdly dense cake with a weird combination of flavors, you know what I mean? It was like a little citrusy, but with the blackberry, but with, it was incredibly dense. Anyway, weird random fact. Okay. So the tea complements the cake. Yes. But that means the cake by itself is not complementary to anything. It's like exclusively complementary with Earl Grey tea, or maybe with another like hot drink. I don't know. It was weird because we all were like, ooh, Earl Grey, like how do you make that a taste? And then we all had to eat it collectively and be like, what the fuck? Like how does this, alright. I actually don't think I minded it too much in the end, but it's still one of those things where it's like, it wasn't going to sell. I don't think it really even did sell. But it was interesting getting a try. Because it wasn't just a tea set you were pushing around, Ms. Bound. A hidden ice sculpture in a glass case.
Overruled.
Surely such a thing would have been impossible. How would a case of that size fit on a serving cart? It would have been spotted immediately.
Objection!
Who said anything about a serving cart?
I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you suggesting she used instead?
It was this.
Take that!
And this is...
Interesting. The Cartham's mound used to move the flavored ice sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago. And it would have appeared that the very same cart is still here with us in this fountain room.
We originally bought it for use in the contest. And you're saying that Mr. Bound loaded Mr. Frost's sculptures onto this cart and carried them off?
I am. As you can imagine, one would all need to do is lay it on its side, add a tablecloth, and it'd look exactly like a normal serving cart, thus allowing her to move the sculptures around freely.
What I still don't understand is a motive in all of this. Can it be?
Holy moly, of course. That's why those saucers were so chilly. They were sitting on top of a big block of ice. Jeez, how could you?
Impressive. And again, you are Mr. Gregory Edgeworth's son. I should have expected no less. There isn't a scrap of evidence that I stole the sculptures all those years ago now. And yet, I knew that no matter what I did or said, I would always be under a cloud of suspicion. So you admit you stole them from Mr. Frost's room? Yes, I do. I took those sculptures in their glass cases out of that room 18 years ago. As Mr. Bound correctly deduced, I'd dressed up the lift cart as a serving cart to do it well. And slipped in and out of Mr. Frost's room while I was going around serving tea to everyone. In the end, I'd removed not only the sculptures, but the flavored ice zodiac blocks as well.
Zodiac blocks? I feel like I've seen them for myself before.
Reminds me of a show my friend showed me called Nathan For You, where a guy goes around helping businesses, but in reality just wastes everyone's time. What the fuck? Why would anyone do that as a show? I absolutely hated was when he helped a pizza place by introducing a super small pizza the size of your palm, and you had to get it to them in 8 minutes or less, or it's free. Ooh, terrible. I hated it because they had a young guy who may have been a minor go door to door to deliver these blatantly outrageous pizzas. Dude risked getting his butt kicked, and sure enough, he almost did. Yeah, that's fucked up, man. What the hell? Like, by, like, one, it's a super small pizza, so it's not gonna get you a lot of money to begin with, and two, the whole, like, as you said, like, literally getting, like, the kid to, like, rush around that much. Not good.
It's an exact replica of Mr. Frost's from 18 years ago. Then, even though my father never saw them because they'd already melted, zodiac blocks must have been in the victim's room back then as well.
When I had finished moving the 2 ice sculptures and the 2 zodiac blocks out, I took 2 fresh, empty cases to Mr. Frost's room and put them where the original 2 had been. Only the sculptures that had been kept in the glass cases, you see, to prevent them from being damaged. The blocks were a little more robust, so they had been displayed as is. As stated in the contest rules, we were responsible for providing all display materials, including cases.
Meaning it would have been easy for her to prepare those empty spares she swapped in.
Mr. Frost's room contained quite a few other flavored ice works in progress. I figured if I melted them down somehow, the resulting puddle would look like it came from the sculptures. And that is how the sculptures from 18 years ago came to be in the Winter Wing today.
I have to say, Mr. Edgeworth, that's quite the confession. Indeed, and I think she offered it so willingly because she knows there's nothing we can do with it.
That's all I have to tell you. However, despite everything I've shared, you can't charge me with anything now, can you?
What? How'd you figure that? Oh. Voices? Oh my, I would have thought you might know at least this much, given we're at a crime scene. I suggest you memorize the various statutes of limitations outlined in this book. Which means she can only get arrested for one thing. Statutes of what? It means that a person can only be arrested for one crime, not both. So basically, if she gets in trouble for theft, then she can't be in trouble for the actual, like, murder. Wait, is that... Actually, no, that's not the statute of limitations. Sorry, the statute of... Well, I mean, it is important. But it's where the time limit is up on that crime. So basically, it's been 18 years. It's been more than 10 years since the dude died, as well as the theft was committed. So, technically she just gets to keep him. Simply put, game, prosecutors only have a certain amount of time within which they can put a suspect on trial for a given crime. Let's take a closer look, shall we? 7 years from the date of the crime. Separate timeframes apply. Hey, that wasn't quick enough. What was that? Sorry. 7 years from the date of the crime. Separate timeframes apply with regards to claims for damages. 15 years from the date of the crime. The statute is suspended though the suspect... The statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. Interesting. Statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. Theft? 7 years? Oh! Yes, Miss Bam stole the ice sculptures 18 years ago, so it's too late to have her arrested for that crime. Is that true, really? I wish lawyering was actually this cool. Reality isn't as fun. I mean, it's not too late. I am becoming a psych major after all. Congratulations, you're gonna be a lawyer! Yeah, nope, I agree. Can you imagine just like being like, objection, and stuff like that in a fucking court of law? Like, you'd get into some pretty big trouble. I don't know. I don't know why anyone would want to be a lawyer. It sounds like a lot of Googling and a lot of reading, and don't have that much patience. Theft is a serious matter, especially when it involves the removal of evidence from a crime scene. However, as you yourself just pointed out, Miss Bound can no longer be prosecuted for her crime, rendering your revelation rather pointless, wouldn't you say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Objection!
I wouldn't be so sure about that, for you see, the theft of the ice sculptures isn't my principal interest here. I find the body that reappeared 18 years ago after the theft to be considerably more interest. Save cause the music has changed. Stealing... I don't know about you guys, but I feel like if you take a body and preserve it for several years, like, you're in trouble, right? Like, if you keep a body around for that long. Unless you're, like, in a cemetery or something. Or you want to, like, mummify the corpse, maybe. But, like, imagine having Ace Attorney level trial over a fender bender. Sorry, what's a fender bender? Are you suggesting that I also hid Mr. Frost's body? I am indeed. It's when you bump into someone with your car from behind. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. That would be funny. I don't think I've ever heard it being called as a fender bender. What the fuck? But yeah, could you be like, you bumped into my car. No, you bumped into my car. Objection. How do you keep a body hidden for 18 years without anybody finding it? By hiding it in a very unusual way. Oh, now this is interesting.
Are you telling me you know where the body has been this entire time, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't. Hold up, let me look at my evidence. What the fuck? What's the best room to keep a body in? Maybe this one. In the winter room? What? It's not such a big leap if you think about what Ms. Band has already told us. Let's just say it wasn't just flavored ice that she removed from Mr. Frost's room back then. Very well, if you're confident in this claim, let us put it to the test. Oh god. Where exactly was Mr. Frost in the body? I don't know, maybe in the background of this room? Like, maybe she, like, had him under a box? That's gotta be it, right? There's nothing else that makes any sort of logical sense. No, 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 no. It's nothing in there. It's gotta be like, it's gotta be this, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it's insinuating.
Take that!
A photograph. This looks good. A photograph of Mr. Frost's work. And of the victim's body, Your Honor. You may have to forgive me, but I don't see what you mean. Where exactly in the body? Okay, okay, this is good. In the background, wait.
Take that!
And this is Mr. Frost's body here. Does that really look like a body to you?
You use too many brain cells, Mr. Mazzarino. Wanna take 5 to rest the old noggin? That way, right?
Always knew the stress would get to you one day. Need a little pick-me-up pill, Mousy Smiles. How about a cup of Ceylon tea? Like, no, I'm fine. I definitely don't need your mock sympathy. I love him. He's the best. What the fuck? Guys, I feel like I'm at the point. I'm at my end with goddamn Snapchat's increased notifications. It's actually fucking annoying me. Then perhaps you'd like to try again. Okay. Maybe he is the statue. Maybe he was hidden inside the flavored ice. You know, it's not crazy to think it would be in the background somewhere. But you can't have put a body... No, they found traces of blood. Oh, maybe they did freeze it. No. No. Wait, which one was the blood in? Oh, fuck, I can't go back. Let me look at my other pieces of evidence. You don't know where my body at. Fuck. Delete it. Annoyed me too. It's like they're trying to drive off the last of their user base. I know, right? We'll find out Snapchat's going under soon. Noi noi. Do you see the dead body at our? Cause I don't.
Is it the little boy? Did they statuefy him?
I'm thinking that, but I'm in a little of denial about it. I'm like, that can't be right, surely. Oh. Hi.
That is a perplexing image.
I know, right?
I mean, I don't really know what I'm looking for, but...
It's just, you know, I was thinking it will be in the background, you know, where all the clocks are. Like, that makes sense.
Like under the cloth.
Yeah, I know there's all cupboards there, but maybe if they're all connected, you could definitely
what
find
about the
one.
vent? Could it be
They're not really vents. That's like air, like this machine
Yeah.
helps keep the inside of this cool in order to preserve, because these are ice statues.
They're not producing.
Yeah, that's the air conditioning unit. Like that's the air where the air comes out.
So that's
It's
there.
not. It's not like a vent. It's not like a location.
Right.
So that means I'm trying to decide whether it's this. It could be in this somewhere, or it could be in this.
How big or small is the victim?
I don't fucking know, man.
Okay.
I would like to think that neither of these would have been able to sufficiently hide a body, but here we are.
I agree.
Which is like why I thought the background makes the most sense, but maybe it doesn't.
Alright, well, I'll let you make the call then. Of course. Thank you for your help.
Bodies under the cloak made of ice. Well, I agree with that. It's just
Are there ice sculptures?
yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I agree. Like, the body's gotta be too big. Like, that's ridiculous. Anyway, good night, though. Sleep well. Let's agree that it's the blanket, quote unquote. I mean, they did say that there was a missing cloth, and that maybe that missing cloth is what that is, and it was they illuminated it. Oh shit, yeah, that makes sense. They got one of the luminous cloths, right? And they can be changed color, right? They changed the color of it to make it look like... Fuck. They changed the color of it to make it look like... to make it look like ice when it wasn't ice. No, it was just...
Take that!
You're big smart. Hi, Telly. How am I? I'm going alright. I'm sleepy. But we're almost there. Okay. The Gemini statue. Yes, it may look like a sculpture at first glance, but it is in fact Mr. Frost's corpse. What? Surely you can't be serious. I don't see anything in the photograph to support such a wild claim.
Objection!
That's because a certain piece of evidence was used to hide the body in plain sight. And what piece of evidence might that be? Da-da-da-da-da.
Take that!
One of the cloths from in the autumn wing. Yes, when it's made to glow in just the right way, it's so visually convincing you might mistake it for ice. Isn't that right, Miss Scone? Well, yes, dear. But you can make it look like just about anything, really, even blazing fire. And the right shade of blue would make it look like ice. Yes, exactly like that, in fact. Just got up 7 AM in the Bahamas. Nice, that's early. Bright and early. Good on you, man. Kinda wanna get some Mickey D brekkie, but last time anyone in my family went to Mickey D's, my brother got aggressively followed all the way home. Okay, hear me out though. Different experiences. You'll be fine. But I also believe in the Honey Nut Cheerios. I'm definitely not saying this as a reference that I'm recently relearned from the video I'm currently editing. I do like Honey Nut Cheerios. Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Overruled!
It is not the case with a certain special device is needed to generate these colors, correct?
Objection!
If you would care to take another look at the photograph, Your Honor. There's a small box connected to the bottom of the Gemini display case. There you go. That's one of the very light-emitting devices in question. Detective Gumshoe even confirmed its presence. In fact, this particular device went missing 18 years ago. Back then, it was no doubt firmly connected to the cloth inside the display case, which means Miss Bound had no choice but to take it with her when she removed the sculpture. Okay. So you see, sorry, voices. So you see, this cloth and the light-emitting device were being used to create the illusion that Mr. Frost's body was in fact a statue carved from ice. That is so hard to believe, but here we are. Insane. No, this can't be.
Wait, so you're telling me that when we took the photo of us in the winter wing?
Yes, we were standing right in front of the body.
But the body and the cloth were both recovered from the fountain. Why were they found there, and if the body was supposed to be in the winter wing disguised as a sculpture?
Objection!
Because there would have been no mystery as to how the body had been hidden if we had found it as is. Ms. Bound needed to remove Mr. Frost from the winter wing in order to throw us off the scent.
Overruled.
Why not take him outside? Ridiculous. I don't recall her sneaking around behind our backs to throw a body in the fountain.
No, and she didn't need to, because she had another method at her disposal. A trusty lift cart. The same cart that had proved so useful in executing her original theft.
Huh?
I believe she wheeled the body into one of the other wings, floated it down the stream to the fountain. The frozen body, being quite solid, probably got stuck somewhere along the way, which is why only the body appeared at first. Which is why only the cloth appeared at first. The cloth Ms. Scone discovered.
And then the body followed afterwards, once it had thawed enough.
I also have a question. Shouldn't patricide... What? Did she kill her foster dad? No, what? No, what? Well, no, well... No. No, the person... The dead person is Paul Halik. The dead person is Paul Halik, who is the person who died, who was called Artie Frost. Just go with me here. I'm not sure. Everything hurts.
It's an ingenious theory, Mr. Edgeworth, but can you prove that it was me? It seems a little unfair to expect me to accept your accusations without proof, don't you think?
What about an eyewitness? Do you think someone might have spotted her when she was moving the body? As a matter of fact, I do. The contradiction in the piece of evidence that was provided. What? Whoa, what? Oh, the blood. The blood found in the case. Oh, so it's a continuation of the old case. I thought they did it. They said it didn't entirely matter due to it being an old case. No, so that's about stealing. So she stole these giant ice sculptures. So she stole these giant ice sculptures 18 years ago, which it takes, for something like theft, you have to wait 7 years in this world before you can't. If 7 years have passed and you stole an item, then that is officially yours now, kind of, effectively. So for the crime of stealing these ice sculptures, she can't be pulled up on it. She can't be arrested. But Miles is saying that there is still God. But Miles then went on to accuse her of moving the body, okay? Because there's, if we look at the case, there was blood found in the case, but also sugar. It's a weird fucking loophole. Yeah. Well, yeah. So she was hoping she wouldn't get arrested for being able to steal stuff. She was admitting to the crime of theft because she knew she wouldn't get arrested. But obviously saying that, hey, you hid the body that people were looking for 18 years ago, that's kind of a big thing. You could probably reopen that case easily, I would argue. But also the fact that she's already, like, done other stuff here too, like, let's keep going. Did I save?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any evidence to support your allegation?
Of course. I have a piece of very compelling proof right here. Is it? I hope it's the piece of that I hope it's the piece that I think it is, which is this one.
Take that!
Shit.
Overruled.
Fuck my life.
But yeah, she hasn't killed her foster dad, but her foster dad is serving a life sentence in prison for being accused of, like, the murder, so but I still don't know if she actually did the crime at this point. What evidence do you have to prove that Ms. Bound acted as you claimed? What was the question? Do you have any evidence to support your allegations? What's the allegation? What about an eyewitness? Do you think somebody might have spotted her when she was moving the body? And the contradiction in the piece of evidence I was provided will shed light. Oh, maybe it's this?
Take that!
Okay. More drawings. And is that me? Yes, Mr. Bunce drew sketches of people as they passed around the fountain room. But what I'm interested in is the cart we see here. Miss Bound's serving cart, what of it? Pardon, you don't see it. She's using the same trick she used 18 years ago. Ergo, we know that Miss Bound was busy moving Mr. Frost's body when this picture was being drawn. What? If I may, I don't see Mr. Frost's body anywhere in that sketch. All I see is a picture of me delivering chocolates to everyone. Really? Then allow me to direct your attention to the color of the tablecloth, Miss Bound. I'd originally thought that Mr. Butts had made an error, but he assured me that couldn't possibly be the case. This tablecloth appears to be light blue. Yes, a shade of tablecloth that Miss Bound doesn't seem to own. The cloth only appears to be light blue due to the body hiding just underneath. What? But the shape of the card is perfectly rectangular. Just as one would expect. Surely it would be immediately obvious if the tablecloth was being draped directly over the body.
Objection!
Not if the body had been placed inside one of the hollow zodiac blocks in the winter wing. Place one of those on the left cart, and it would easily pass muster as a regular serving cart, wouldn't you agree? Goddess of justice! Miss Bound, surely now you must admit that it was you who moved the body, just as you did 18 years ago. Ha! I didn't expect you to deduce all that from a single simple sketch. That sketch alone isn't really enough to prove your theory, is it? You needn't worry on that front. My case doesn't rest solely on Mr. Butt's work. Okay. Now it's the blood, surely. Once you had disposed of the body, your serving cart became a simple lift cart once more, which is exactly what we discovered here in the fountain room. And without a serving cart, you had to find some place to put your chocolates. What? Chocolates? The ones I was handing out? As we saw in the sketch, you had originally placed them on top of the cart. But the chocolates you gave us came from your pocket. Oh yeah, mine was half melted. Still super sweet and tasty though. Why did you suddenly feel the need to put the chocolates in your pocket, Miss Bound? Damn, that's one hell piece of evidence. It was because you no longer had a serving cart to put them on, that's why. Oh. See, okay, all of this is well and good, but there's still a third part to this thing, and I'm wondering what the fuck is going on. I think I'm almost at the end of this part of the game. You have explained what Miss Bound did with the chocolates in the lift cart, but what about the tablecloth? Where did it go? Indeed, if stashing the chocolates in her pocket was the only solution she could think of, I doubt Miss Bound had the time to dispose of an entire tablecloth. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an answer for me? Miss Bound didn't hide or dispose of the tablecloth, Your Honor. In fact, it's right here in front of us. Underneath her skirt? I'm saving again. Perhaps you would care to enlighten us. On Ms. Bounds in the fountain, not in this room. I want to. Can I have a look at her body one more time? Can we go back and like? I just want to look at her like full body image for proof. Let's try it. I can reload. Ms. Bound has the tablecloth on her person, and in plain view, in fact. That's right. The thing wrapped around her thing. In plain view. No, surely you don't mean. Ms. Bound. It's the cloth around your waist, isn't it? But it's white on one side. What? And given the zodiac blocks weren't kept in glass cases, that cloth would have been in direct contact with the ice. All we need to do is confirm my theory to test the cloth for traces of the sugar used in Mr. Frost's work. The game is up, Ms. Bound. It's time to come clean. You won't need to test the tablecloth. Everything you said is true. I stole Delicia Investicide Ultra, and I moved Mr. Frost's body. It was me. It was all me. What the fuck? Wait, I'm realizing maybe the final part of this is like in the part. Why is there another part 3 in my thing? Whatever. Delicia, I'm sorry. Last week I went into your bag and I took it. And then I put it in his pocket, hoping to make it look like he had tried to do it himself, and I also made sure to leave no fingerprints but yours, just in case the police suspected foul play. Judy, you, oh gosh.
But Judes, why? Were we supposed to be on the same side? Or fighting together to free Samson?
We were, but I couldn't afford to get arrested. Not yet. Not until I'd finally proven that Samson is innocent. Shit, so was Carmelo this entire time? I always planned to give myself up in the end, I swear. I know it's easy to say that now, but
I do it this way though. It's not like you.
Sorry, Mr. Fender. I'm caused you so much pain. I've been the guilty party all along, ever since that day 18 years ago. Are you trying to tell us that the true culprit in the AEST incident was you? I committed a terrible crime, took those sculptures, and I stole them for pure selfish reasons.
Really?
The moment Mr. Frost died, they became more than mere entries in a confectionery contest. They became the final works of Samson's favorite artist. Fuck. I couldn't allow them to just melt away, not before he came home. And that meant I couldn't let anybody near them, not even the police. So I hid them. I knew it was wrong, but I just had to. I put them in the cold storage room for safekeeping. Wait, so hold the fuck. So she didn't actually kill the guy, though? So it's Carmelo who did it, right? So she's saying Carmelo did it, she found the dead body, and then instantly was like, ooh, hang on, let me go grab the ice sculptures. What? But what I actually done was far worse than anything I could have possibly imagined. Because who would have thought that Mr. Frost's body itself was posing as one of the sculptures? So she didn't know about the body when she stole the sculptures?
What?
So, hold up. So she went to go steal the ice sculptures and then found his body inside? When she went into Samson's room after he'd left and the teapots left over on the counter, she'd taken everything off, put him inside. What the fuck? And you can't complete this case until you've solved part 3 of part 2 of episode 5 of case 3 Z to D. Fuck my life. I fucking hope not. This is insane. This is actually messed up. Samson is a kind man, a saint. He would never kill anybody. Never. And yet, because of what I did, the police never found Mr. Frost's body and Samson was found guilty. What the fuck? After all he'd done for me, was my family, the only family I ever had. He was the most important person in the entire world to me, and I...
Judes.
After his conviction, I was forced out of our home. I was finally able to return only a few days ago, and when I did, I went to the cold storage room to check up on the sculptures, and that's when I saw it. Mr. Frost's body. It had been there the whole time. Of course, by that point, the statute of limitation had expired. So I did what I did today, because it was the only way I could think of to make things right. It seems I've misunderstood her intentions. Everything she's done really has all been for Mr. Tangaroa's sake. Hey, what do you think about Mr. Edgeworth? Something that's been puzzling me. Why did Miss Bound use poison gas? Why not use a more reliable method? And why disguise the Autumn Wing as the Winter Wing? Only reason I can think of is to confuse someone who was here 18 years ago.
Yeah, I wonder what she had in mind.
Murder. She was trying to prove that Mr. Tangaroa is innocent. Miss Bound's ultimate goal must be... find the true killer. She could have been trying to discover the identity of the true culprit. Miss Bound, your ultimate aim was to see Mr. Tangaroa cleared of all charges, correct? And to that end, you had to expose the real killer and have the police find the body from 18 years ago. Is my understanding of your intentions correct? Exhibiting the sculptures was sure to force the killer to return to the crime scene. After all, they were the only person apart from you who knew that the body was hidden in the icework.
So they would have freaked out, thinking the body was about to be discovered and come running, yeah?
Exactly. But Miss Bound ran the risk that the killer might have successfully covered their tracks this time. In the worst case scenario, they might even have been able to remove Mr. Frost's body from the scene. So how could she lure the true killer into revealing themselves without putting vital evidence at risk?
Oh, I see what you're getting at. You're saying that's why the Autumn Wing was all winter wingy.
I am. You were betting on one thing, Miss Bound, weren't you? That whoever opened the Pisces case you had so carefully disguised as the Gemini case would be the real perpetrator of the IS-7 incident. Back to Carmelo, let's fucking go. Man, that's crazy. I never suspected Carmelo to begin with. He was kind of like just chilling. But I have to admit, like, I got a little confused when I feel like there wasn't almost like more elaboration on him. You know what I mean? Like, there's this whole building, right? And they talk about going in the summer the summer wing and going in the autumn wing. They talk about like going into the different rooms. But we never investigated every room. So my brain was always kind of like, what's up with that? Like, kind of like, you know, shouldn't there be more to Carmelo than we suspected? Didn't think it would be a crime. No. But that would mean the real killer was... Enough. Not another word. Do you realize the implications of what you are saying, Mr. Edgeworth? Are you prepared to stand behind the accusation you're clearly about to make? I did it. No, Is she saying the body was there for days? Not days, years. She took an ice sculpture, which had a dead body inside of it, and it got frozen. Yeah. And it got frozen inside, it was inside the ice sculpture, and it was kept in a freezing icebox place for 18 years. And apparently the body still looked hunky-dory, which I find hard to believe, but that's fine. That is fucked. It's so fucked! And she didn't even know until, like, later on. Like, she didn't know until now. That's the fucked up shit. Body... So, to kind of explain... So, oh, fuck. No. Hold up. To kind of explain... Let's bring up this up, okay? So, originally, the body was found in the spring wing, inside of a container of chocolate, okay? Presumably, the killer lured him into that room to chat with him or talk or look at, because this was Samson's room. Just go with me here. The two of them talked in here. The person was killed in here. and then they left the body there to be discovered so that Samson got at least implicated, right? So the lady, the Miss Bound, came into this, they heard a sound of something being collapsed. And Judy went into this room, found the body, took a photo, and then left to go and find Samson. That's when Carmelo, presumably in his room, came into the spring wing, got rid of the body, disposed it back into the winter wing. He put it back into the winter wing and put it inside of one of the ice sculptures, okay? Now, Judy, realizing, hang on, Paul Halik and Artie Frost are the same person. This is going to be the last set of work he ever did. I'm going to steal the art pieces. She went in, took the ice sculptures, took them out of the room, and put them in, like, the ice box or whatever. And then 18 years passed, she came back, and after all that time when she rebought the house and found out the body was inside there the entire time. And then she set up this whole shitting in order to arrest the actual criminal. Ugh. But yeah, she was kicked out because she's like an adoptive daughter, so the family kicked her out like, you have no rights here. She's fucked up, but... Meaning that whoever found themselves caught in that trap is highly likely to be the guilty party. I lack the evidence to support such an assertion. To accuse someone without any evidence is not to be done lightly. Fuck, I don't know, man. I'm looking at the thing. I don't really have any evidence, but... You have no proof, but you should make the accusation. Okay. I was going to make the accusation, and then I was like, a little confused. I need to seize the moment. Carpe diem, as they say. Yes, Judge Gabelle, I'm prepared to stand behind my accusation. I don't think I have enough evidence, but that's fine.
Take that!
I believe it's Carmelo. Mr. Gusto, the victim of the poison gas attack, is the perpetrator behind the IS-7 incident. Gusty? I feel so sorry for Scone. I'm just saying, she's kind of crazy, but she didn't deserve this. Mr. Gusto. Ms. Bound, as we have established, you knew the opening of the gallery would lure in the real culprit, and you set up the poison gas trap in order to catch them. Do you dispute the facts thus far? You're a very impressive man, Mr. Edgeworth, just like your father. And of course, you're absolutely right. Then perhaps you could tell us exactly what happened in your own words? Of course, I've nothing to hide anymore. Suppose I'll tell you everything. As you said, I set a trap in the gallery to try and catch Mr. Frost's killer. Before we opened, I made sure the door to the autumn wing was the only one that was unlocked. When opening time came, I went around to unlock the doors to the various rooms, and found that the autumn wing had been locked from the inside. The killer is on the other side of the door. The thought, well, it frightened me. And then she simply walked away, leaving him to fall victim to a poison gas trap. When I heard that Mr. Gusto was being treated for gas inhalation, that's when I knew he was the murderer. All that was left was for the police to find Mr. Frost's body, and then Samson would finally be proven innocent. At least, that was my plan.
Dudes, why didn't you tell me? You know I'm always here for you, right? We could have found another way. It didn't have to be like this.
I kinda ship it, but also doomed. Thank you, Mr. Fender. You've been so very kind to me all these years, but I'm the one who created this mess, so it was up to me to try and clean it up. I didn't care what it took, as long as I could get Samson out of that awful place.
Judy.
18 years ago, the police managed to cover up the fact that Mr. Frost's body had gone missing. If I went to them now and said it had reappeared, I was afraid they might have tried to cover things up again. So I worked to set off a very public incident here in the gallery, in front of as many witnesses as possible.
I'm so sorry, Judy. You, Samson, Gregory, I let you all down.
God, Fender, don't think that way. Fender, this can't be easy for him. No, I'm the one who should be apologizing. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, I hope one day you can forgive me. And whatever punishment I have to face, I'm ready to accept it. But please, if I may ask one thing of you, is that you simply must clear Samson's name. The way the truth of these past 18 years had come to light was unexpected, to say the least. And yet it had only set us down a path towards an even more shocking end. Okay, good place to leave it. We know who did the murder. We still technically have another part to go, but that's okay. This is good. It's bedtime. It just lines up perfectly. I wonder how long this final part is, though. Oh shit. It's like a small bar, guys. It's gonna be... That could be a stream by itself. What the fuck? Alright, well that's gonna take time. That's later's problem. Alright, bedtime. Oh, wrong one. Hi. We did it. It's 11:30 and I'm still awake. It's great. It's so nice, like, actually, like, kind of sleeping in the same sort of time zones like I typically do. Like, if I work early morning shift, I, like, wake up and I'm, like, dead exhausted. You know what I mean? And I usually, like, yeah, I wake up for work, and usually by the time I get to, like, 10:30 at night, I'm like, fuck, I'm dead. But, like, I need to go to bed. But now, I'm still vaguely awake. I still get a little sleepy, but I still feel good. So if a bingo night, Han. It's funny calling it bingo night. How about some bingo? B-I-N-G-O, 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 and bingo was his name. Oh. No one? No? Fair. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all have an excellent day today and tomorrow, okay? I sang along. Yay! I didn't think anyone else knew the reference. I mean, I can't remember the whole song, but that's fine. It's been a while, just randomly activating little brain cells in my head. Yeah. Tomorrow, guys, we are doing, a stream will start early. It's starting 3 hours earlier than usual. And we're just gonna play Skyrim, and it's gonna be a chill time. It's gonna be super chill. We'll probably just talk shit to one another the entire time. Con might join us, Ayla might join in, we'll see what happens, you know? Gonna be fun. Anyway, have a good night's sleep, everybody. Take care. And I will see you all tomorrow, okay? Bye-bye. Bye.